am going on from here. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I go by the name Chika Obani, always known as Uncle C, and I've been given the privilege, the utmost privilege, to anchor the event of today. We have a fun-filled, uplifting agenda that has been set forth by months of preparation from very solid people, men and women from different diversities, to ensure that stepping out of this place, you would be entering into your zone, be entering into a space in your mind that will bring the results and outcomes that you want to see. But before we do get on, I would like to add some house rules of mine, which are: first, if you have not liked this live, please like it. You will see the first thumbs up there. It's mine. I need you all to follow me and like it. If you have not shared it, I need you to share it. Share it on your WhatsApp group. Invite people. Let them come and see exactly what it is that we are doing here. It's on YouTube. It's for everyone. We need lives to be changed and lives to be transformed. I'm not seeing the likes. If I don't see the likes on this live, I'm going to end this event here right now. I'm the chief moderator. I have the power. It's been invested on me. Yeah. All right. So at this point, would like to make welcome for her welcome remarks. No other person than the chairperson of the 22nd Discovering Greatness Conference for 2026. And this happens to be Adaobi Obani. Please let's give her a round of applause, even as we welcome her to the podium to give us her opening remarks and open this event for the rest of us. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, participants of Discovering Greatness Conference. Thank you very much, Uncle C. I love the energy. Today is day 2, and usually our main meal, in Toastmasters, where at the moment of Toastmasters, usually we say there are 3 courses. So we have had the appetizer, main meal, and we're going to have the dessert. So yesterday was our appetizer. Today we are having our main meal and dessert, and I'm looking forward to all that is in store for us today. Welcome to the 22nd year of Hill City Foundation. 22 years. I'm sure you can imagine 22 years, a child that is 22 years, already an adult. Imagine what it takes to raise that child through the different stages of life. Yes, Hill City is 22 years today. Our dear guests, esteemed speakers, core team members, respected participants, and honored friends, welcome to Discovering Greatness Conference 2026. I am Adaobi Obani, as earlier introduced, and it's my honor to serve as chairman of this year's Discovering Greatness Conference. It's been quite a journey, and I'm grateful that today we see the results of months of planning, and we are finally here today. Our theme is thrive, not survive, not cope, not manage, thrive. This theme could not have come at a better time. It was deliberately chosen because in a season where so many Nigerian families are bowed under the weight of economic hardship, and where our children, the most vulnerable amongst us, are being robbed of safety, of classrooms, and of simple rights to learn and grow in peace, thriving is not a luxury. Thriving is not an option. It is an act of resistance. It is a declaration of faith. Hill City Foundation was built for exactly this kind of moments. And it is because of this, I am proud to be a member of Hill City. For 22 years, our vision has been clear and uncompromising: to discover, to develop, and deploy young destinies, enabling them to fulfill their potentials maximally. Thrive is not a departure from that vision. It is its fullest expression. To thrive is to be discovered, seen, named, and called forward into purpose. To thrive is to be developed, shaped, stretched, and equipped with the tools to go further than your beginning. To thrive is to be deployed, sent out, not shrinking, not striding into the world with something, but striving into the world with something to give. This is what Hill City has always believed about young people. Not that their problems, as usually associated with the generations, not that there are problems to be managed, but their potential waiting to be unlocked. Tribe speaks to every dimension of a young person's life, and even anyone at any season of their lives: intellectual, emotional, spiritual, economic. It says you do not have to choose one, you are allowed to flourish wholly. This Nigeria needs a generation that refuses to be diminished, a generation that has been invested in deeply enough to rise, not just for ourselves, not just for themselves, but to carry this with them. I know I have been saying Nigeria, but Hill City actually cuts across the continent, and we look forward to spread across the globe. This is the generation Hill City is building, a generation in this conference today. To our speakers, thank you for being living evidence that thriving is possible. To our planning committee, thank you for your excellence and your love. To every partner, to every core team member, mentor, beneficiary, and friend of this foundation, you are part of a story bigger than yourself or any one of us in this conference. This next 22 years begin today. We are 22 years today, and we look forward to the next 22 years. Welcome to Thrive. Welcome to Discovering Greatness. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much, our chairperson. Thank you for telling us that to thrive is to be developed, is to be deployed. And this is the vision of Hill City Foundation. It is to invest in the lives of the generation that will rise and shall not be diminished. Friends and family partners all over the world, I want us to just take a second to type in the chat box, and I want to see, I am a part of this circle of greatness, and I shall not be diminished. I am a part of this circle of greatness, and I shall not be diminished. Let's write it. Let's write it. 118 of us, 120 of us. I am a part of this circle of greatness, and I shall not be diminished. Thank you very much. Now, our chairperson has spoken to the vision in a nutshell, but we want to take time. 22 years of working, 22 years of developing lives, 22 years of deploying lives. What has that looked like? What exactly does it look like? At this particular point, we're going to take 5 minutes to just engage with a video that has been titled Hill City in Retrospect and Future. Hill City in Retrospect and Future. Take it away.
Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Margaret Mead.
What started as a yearning to drive education across all of Nigeria has now blossomed into a powerful movement. This is the story of Hill City Foundation, a beacon of hope and empowerment for all university students across Africa.
I had a burden, a very deep burden inside of me. And what was this burden all about? It was a burden of seeing so many untapped potentials, so many young people who were hopeless, helpless in our society. No one to show them love. There was a lot of inequality that I saw. Why would some people not be able to afford basic education? Why would some people not be able to afford have a means of livelihood? So why so many dropouts, so much useful energy out there that are wrongly channeled to so many vices? In fact, I hate to see unrealized potentials. And then the question that was in my mind was, how would this problem be solved? How would this situation be changed? and I had a voice inside of me that told me, I am the solution. And that's in Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. To be the solution and not to be part of the problem. You know, each time we find a problem and we don't solve it, and we only point fingers and we only complain, then we become part of the problem. So I chose not to be part of the problem, but be a part of the solution.
The vision looked quite big. There were just a handful of us at the time. We're not sure how best to go about it, but we trusted God with the focus on what we wanted to achieve.
Once this vision was cast, it took shape through various conversations with enthusiastic, like-minded individuals who share a commitment to social impact. It was a collaborative process, yes, fueled by a collective desire to make meaningful impact. Expectations for Hill City Foundation's future are ambitious, yet grounded in the progress that we have made so far. I envision expanding our reach to more regions across Africa, scaling our programs to support even more students. We also aim to develop a robust mentorship training program to ensure that every mentor is well equipped to guide and support their mentees effectively. Additionally, I see us forging stronger partnerships with educational institutions, businesses, and other NGOs to create a comprehensive support system for our students. Ultimately, my hope is that Hill City Foundation becomes a beacon of hope and a catalyst for sustainable change, empowering generations of students to break the cycle of poverty and achieve their full potential.
Seen in our transition is building structure around good intentions, and I think that's an amazing experience, and I'm so excited for the future of Hill City.
We want to scale the vision, the model, and the impact we have registered so far. We want to extend around the shores of of Africa. Want to harness the abundant youth energy that is in this continent, and want to channel those energy, towards wealth creation, towards sustainable change, and by partnering with people who can help us scale, on a very sustainable basis. In this next phase, we want to become not just people that make a change, but we want to be also people that influence other change makers, influencing others to become change agents. So that's part of scaling our impact. That's part of multiplying our reach. That's part of sharing our model, our vision, and bringing more people to this platform and to this lifestyle of making impact in lives, changing our society one life at a time. And together, we should be able to change the narrative in Africa.
Join us in this mission, and together, let's add value to lives. Visit our website or contact us to learn more about our programs and how you can be a part of this incredible journey at www.hillcityfoundation.org.
Everyone, welcome back from that time capsule, if I may. We have seen exactly the burden that gave birth to this family called the Hill City Foundation. We have seen the vision that have led us 22 years and counting. Now, we will typically tell you about how the Hill City Foundation raises herself on 4 axes of impact. But in addition to those axes, we have diverse modes of expression. I, for instance, I'm expressing myself now on the vehicle of Hill City Foundation. Many of you here might not know that I can dress like this and speak to a large audience. Hill City has given that opportunity. And it is to that opportunity we will be speaking about for another 5 to 10 minutes. Today, we are going to be doing two monumental things. First being the unveiling of the new executives of the Hill City Foundation Graduate Forum. And then we would be onboarding new Hill City Foundation core team members. If you want to know what it is I'm talking about, if you want to have a better understanding of who these particular people are, then please do not get distracted. Keep your eyes peeled on the screen and follow us as we play the next set of videos. Over to you, admin. Congrats.
With professional experience spanning both the public and private sectors in Nigeria. He currently works as an operations engineer with the Nigerian National Oil Company, where he contributes to the domestic utilization and export of Nigeria's natural gas. He had his first encounter with Hill City Foundation in 2013 at the University of Nigeria, Enugu campus, where he received the ESP award as an undergraduate student of the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. Since then, he has remained committed to the core values and mission of the foundation. He is a dedicated volunteer with the Hill City Foundation and has served in several capacities over the years. Notably, he served as a two-term executive member of the Graduate Forum, contributing to initiatives aimed at impacting lives and strengthening the Foundation's community. Engineer Magbo is passionate about transforming lives through leadership, service, and innovation. Principles that align closely with the vision of Hill City Foundation. As a Hill City Foundation Graduate Forum member, he once served in several capacities. Notably, he served as a two-term executive member of the Graduate Forum, contributing to initiatives aimed at impacting lives and strengthening the Foundation's community. Engineer Magbo is passionate about transforming lives through leadership, service, and innovation. He is happily married to Dr. Rachel Magbo, and their union is blessed with a lovely daughter. City Foundation, we present to you Engineer Peter Chukwunonso Magbo. Engineer Itum Samuel is a seasoned mechanical engineer, facilities and project management professional with over 9 years of experience in Nigeria's upstream oil and gas industry, combining technical expertise in facilities engineering, process optimization, project execution, and operations management, with a background in energy economics and policy. He has successfully contributed to major oil and gas projects and asset operations. He holds a master's degree in energy economics, management, and policy. He is currently pursuing a doctoral research focused on carbon capture, storage technologies, and sustainable energy solutions. He served as the Programs Director of Hill City Foundation Graduate Forum from 2022 up to 2024 and is the current President of the Hill City Foundation Graduate Forum. He was a recipient of the Hill City Foundation Educational Support Award. Itum is passionate about leadership development, mentorship, and inspiring young professionals to achieve excellence, create impact, and lead with purpose. Hill City Foundation represent to you Engineer Itum Samuel.
At this point, I would like to invite the lead coordinator, Engineer OB member, to come and give his charge to the incoming core team members. Over to you, sir.
Very glad. Good morning, everyone, again. I'm very glad to receive Mr. Itum Samuel and Mr. Magbo, or engineers. Actually, both of you are engineers. So it's a coincidence that I'm also an engineer. So I'm very glad to welcome you guys to the Hill City core team member group. The very interesting thing is that both of you were mentors. In fact, I happen to have mentored Itum Samuel. So today you are here as you have grown, you have become adults in the foundation. It's like when you have a baby that you were helping to clean up, put pampers on him, and then today the guy has become an adult with you and he's going to be a co-mentor with you. So I'm very, very glad to receive both of you into this foundation. We've seen you grow, we've seen you lead, we've seen you serve, both as recipients and in the court and in the graduate forum. So I'm very, very convinced, I'm very sure that both of you are going to be very valuable additions to the core team membership. You're going to be very solid mentors because you have passed through the process yourself. You've lived it and you've experienced the transformation. You have encountered purpose, and I am very convinced that you are going to be able to transfer those and make impact that will be lasting in other lives. So welcome and all the best on this journey. Unfortunately, we are doing this event virtually, so at the next opportunity, I'll give you guys the warm handshake and embrace that is required. Thank you.
Thank you very much, lead coordinator, and we'll definitely hold you to the promise of a handshake and an embrace. Handshake was the maximum I had last time I checked, but now there's an embrace in addition. So congratulations to all our new core team members, as you would be receiving a warm embrace from the lead coordinator at the next physical event we'll be having. Welcome, welcome to all our engineers, and may we all grow together within this circle of greatness. In a few minutes, we will be having our keynote speaker come on board to share with us his keynote speech. But before we do that, we think the best way to bring him on board would be, first of all, sharing with us another video, which we call the Hill City Foundation Vision and Mission. After which, we would have his bio played out to us, and then we will receive our keynote speaker, who would come and share the message he has for us for this morning. So at this point, please kindly remain engaged as we share with you once again the Hill City Foundation Vision and Mission. Over to you, Admin.
Christian Mwasike is a dynamic leader, strategist.
In the heart of every city lies untapped potential and dreams waiting to be discovered. For 2 decades, Hill City Foundation, a non-governmental organization, has reached and supported underprivileged university students across Africa, spreading its wings of impact. Our mission: to discover, develop, and deploy the potentials of young destinies. Our vision: to add value to lives through our 4 axes of impact. What are our 4 axes of impact? Educational Support Program, ESP. Economic Empowerment Program, EPP. Self-Discovery and Personal Development Program, SDPD. And Mentorship Program. At Hill City Foundation, our vision is to see young destinies realized and their potential maximized. After all, it's in our DNA. What makes up Hill City Foundation DNA? Humanitarianism, collaborative effort, faithful stewardship, discover, develop, deploy, nurture, allow room for God, ensuring sustainable growth and value addition to lives for generations to come. Join us in our journey, support, mentor, and grow with Hill City Foundation.
All right. So before we have the bio of our keynote speaker projected for him to come up to the podium, I would please like to ask again, can we like this live? For those of us who do not know, the like button is a thumbs up, and close to it is a thumbs down button, which means unlike. We need to push this Discovering Greatness conference further out to larger audiences. So where you see the thumbs up, can you please click on it? I am monitoring my screen to see if that is being done. where you see the thumbs up, click on it. There is the heart emoji, but that is for the live chat alone. It doesn't help us in this case. Underneath it, you would see the theme of the event, Discovering Greatness Conference 2026, Thrive Day 2, then Hill City Foundation, which is the name of our YouTube page. And by the side of the subscribe button, you would see the thumbs up. Click the thumbs up, click the subscribe button as we push the message of Hill City Foundation to larger audiences. So now, are we ready for our keynote speech? If you're ready, I would like us to type in the chat box, I am ready to be discovered, to be developed, and to be deployed. Let's go. I am ready to be discovered, to be developed, and to be deployed. I am ready to be discovered, to be developed, and to be deployed. As we pop out that phrase on the live chat, I would like the admin to please play and project the biography of our keynote speaker. Over to you.
Christian Nwasike is a dynamic leader, strategist, and growth architect with a proven track record of transforming organizations and empowering professionals. As the founder of the Practice Management Consultant LLC, PMC LLC, Christian has dedicated his career to helping individuals and institutions scale with purpose and precision. His impact is especially evident in his leadership at the Association of African American Financial Advisors, where he drove remarkable growth in membership, partnership, and organizational capacity. With a deep understanding of what it takes to build sustainable success, Christian brings practical, real-world insight to corporate audiences through innovative programs like the award-winning Koya system. He equipped professionals with the critical skills needed to excel, blending wealth management expertise with sales, leadership, and communication mastery. At the core of his work is a passion for people. Christian is a strong advocate for diversity, equity, belonging, and inclusion, championing a more representative and impactful financial service industry. A highly accomplished professional, he holds multiple advanced degrees and certifications, including an executive MBA, Master of Science in Laws, and credentials in risk management, change leadership, and corporate training. His excellence has earned him numerous accolades, including recognition as a top 50 under 50 influential bank financial advisors and DEI Trailblazer of the Year. Christian Nwasike doesn't just lead organizations, he builds people, drives impact, and shapes the future of leadership.
Please, let's make welcome to the podium for his keynote speech, Mr. Christian Nwasike. Over to you, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for having me. My name is Christian Nwasike, and it's an absolute privilege to connect with you virtually today. Sorry for the background noise. You know, I want to thank God for organizations like Hill City Foundation. I wish organizations like this existed when I was studying at Unigwags a few years ago. For those that don't know that name, it's the University of Abuja. With your permission, I'd like to skip the pleasantries and jump into the conversation, starting with an honest truth. The world right now feels incredibly heavy. If you're between the ages of 16 and 35, trying to graduate from university or launch a business, you're navigating one of the most turbulent economic landscapes in modern history. Every time you log on to social media applications like X, Insta, or open a news app, what do you see? Technological disruption, geopolitical tensions, capital market uncertainty, of videos of people presumably living their best lives. We know artificial isn't just coming, it's here. It's rewriting job descriptions overnight, automating roles, and making traditional career paths obsolete even before you graduate. See, global conflicts are shifting supply chains, altering foreign investments, and creating a ripple effect that touches local economies worldwide. High inflation, fluctuating currencies, and volatile markets make traditional financial planning feel like you're trying to catch the wind. Yet it also shows us that people appear to have perfect lives, an abundance of cash flow, soft lives, and they're traveling the world. For a young person in Nigeria especially, these global pressures don't exist in a vacuum. They hit home alongside local realities like remarkable unemployment statistics, a rising cost of living, and the constant structural hurdles trying to build something out of nothing. It's incredibly easy and completely understandable to look at the landscape and feel a sense of despair and become paralyzed. You second-guess yourself, compare yourself to others, and you ask critical questions like, why am I studying this degree? Will there be a job for me tomorrow? How do I plan a future when I don't even know what next month looks like? What or why did I do anything wrong in life? I'm not here to dwell on the chaos, but I'm here to tell you that uncertainty is not your stop sign. It's your training ground. Yes, the chaos is real, but paralysis, your paralysis, is optional. In this conversation, I'll share some thoughts and opinions on the 3 states of personal being, the 3 dimensions of thriving, 3 characteristics exemplified by those who thrive amidst chaos, and how to rate yourself on the Personal Thrive Index. Now, did you notice a trend? It's all 3s. But we'll have time for Q&A, and as always, feel free to take notes. Now, to understand how to navigate this world, we have to look inwardly. Every human being watching this broadcast at any given moment, in my opinion, is operating in one of 3 distinct states of personal being. Let's break each down and gain some clarity. The first state is to simply exist. It's a state of passivity. When you're existing, you're just a passenger in your own life journey. You let the economy, the environment, and news headlines dictate your mood, your worth, and your direction. If things are bad, you stall. If things are going good, you drift. There's no vision, no forward momentum, and no ownership. You're breathing, but you aren't truly living. The second state, and most of the world lives here in this state, is surviving. Now, surviving is an active state, but it's entirely reactive. It's driven by fear and scarcity. When you're in survival mode, your only goal is to make it to the end of the day and the end of the month, or even the next paycheck. You're constantly putting out fires. Survival says, let me just find a job so I can eat. The country's tough, so let me just lower my head and manage. While survival takes grit, and God knows, you all, especially Nigerian youth, have grit. It's exhausting, and such an exhausting place to stay permanently. It burns your creativity, it drains your energy, and keeps you blind to the opportunities hiding within the chaos. Now, the third state is to thrive. Now, thriving is a completely different mindset. and dimension. Thriving doesn't mean waiting for the storm to pass. It means leaning into the ship while the storm is raging. Thriving is a decision that your internal vision will always be louder than your external circumstances. Now, when you thrive, you don't ignore high inflation or tech disruptions, but you look at them and you ask, where is the gap that I can fill? Thriving means operating in an abundance mindset, retaining your joy, pushing for excellence, expanding your capacity, even when the environment suggests you should shrink. You see, to thrive or thriving isn't just a vague emotional feeling. It's a concrete, holistic framework. And to truly master this state of being, you must focus on 3 core dimensions, which are personal, which is your mindset and growth, spiritual, your anchor and your purpose, and financial, value and mastery. Now let's talk about each of these core dimensions individually. Thriving personally, the first is your foundational mindset, your physical being, your emotional resilience. Personal thriving means you're actively investing in yourself. You're reading, learning, protecting your mental peace, and refusing to let bitterness or hopelessness take root in your heart. It means waking up every day and owning your growth, regardless of who is supporting you or who is cheering for you. The second, thriving spiritually. Now, we know that we live in a world where it seems like things change every 5 seconds. I tell you that you need an anchor that never moves. Spiritual thriving is not about alignment, is about deep alignment with your faith, your values, and your ultimate purpose. Now, it's the profound, unshakable confidence that there is a higher plan for you, for your life, than a volatile capital market, global economic tensions cannot cancel. Your faith gives you the moral clarity to make the right decisions and the emotional stamina to stand tall when everyone else is panicking. The third, thriving financially. Now, let's talk straight. Financial thriving isn't about waiting for a lucky break or a sudden windfall, the soft life. It's about building a solid architecture for your life. It means understanding the term value creation. In a turbulent global market, money flows to those who solve problems. Financial thriving means developing high skills that are immune to borders, understanding the basics of economic security so that a single market dip or global tension doesn't knock you down. So how do we cross this bridge from existing or survival to thriving? What are some of the non-negotiable character traits that you must cultivate right now? Well, there are 3 pillars that you need to build into your daily life. So let's talk about each one. Ready? The first is skill mastery, or as I like to say, active professional development. You see, the degree that you're studying today or have studied is no longer the starting point. It's no longer the destination. In an AI-driven world, your education cannot stop when you leave the classroom. You must become a relentless, lifelong learner. When I talk about professional development, I encourage you to look up Odunayo Eweni, a graduate of Covenant University who set out to launch Push CV. You see, after her graduation in 2015, 2 years later, she went on to co-found PiggyVest, and re-engineer savings for a whole generation of Nigerians. So in this context, here are a few questions that you can consider. What skills are you adding to your toolkit this week? Can you code? Do you understand data analytics? Can you manage a project? You see, professional development means constantly upskilling yourself so that you don't remain indispensable, but you are highly adaptable and globally competitive. Don't wait for your company to train you. Train yourself for the marketplace you want to conquer. The second characteristic is strategic relationships, or as I'd like to say, intentional networking. There's a popular saying, your network is your net worth. But let's take it deeper. Networking isn't just about collecting business cards or spamming people on LinkedIn. It's about building genuine value-first relationships. Take a look at Shola Akinlade when you have a moment, co-founder and CEO of Paystack, a graduate of Babcock University. Shola and his co-founder Ezra Olubi started Paystack with a simple disruptive vision to make online payments seamless for African businesses. Navigating an environment with a tough regulatory hurdle and capital uncertainty, Shola anchored his journey in intentional networking, becoming the first Nigerian accepted into the prestigious Y Combinator Accelerator. Now in 2020, Stripe acquired Paystack for over $200 million, sending a shockwave of hope across the continent. With that, consider these questions. Who is in your circle? Are you surrounding yourself with people who only complain about the economy? Or are you sitting with people who are discussing solutions, technology, and global trends? I encourage you to find mentors like Hill City Foundation. Join professional associations and look for ways to solve problems for people ahead of you. Your next major breakthrough will not come from a job board. It will come through relationships. The third character trait is an ultimate anchor, or as I'd like to say, unwavering faith. You see, when the global landscape is uncertain, human logic will fail you. So you need a fierce, active faith. Faith is what allows you to see opportunities when others see a dead end. It gives you the courage to apply for that international role, to start a business with zero capital, and to believe that your background does not define your future. Combine your hard work with deep faith and you become unstoppable. I encourage you to look up Mitchell Elegbe, the founder and CEO of InterSwitch, a graduate of the University of Benin, who first pitched the idea of a digitized global payment gateway in Nigeria. See, global players told him it was impossible due to the country's economic hurdles and infrastructure deficit. But Mitchell refused to settle for the status quo. He used a deep, unwavering faith in the potential of the African market, combined with strategic networking, to unite competing local banks into a single infrastructure. Now, as I close this talk, I don't want you just to nod your head, log off the webinar, and go back to business as usual. I want to leave you with a challenge. Imagine that there was a global metric called the Thrive Index, scored from 1 to 10. 1 to 3 means you're merely existing, letting life happen to you. 4 to 7 means you're surviving, working hard, but completely stressed, reactive perhaps, and even driven by fear. 8 to 10 means you're thriving, you're clear on your purpose, you're growing daily, anchored in faith and building your future despite the noise. I encourage you to take honest, hard look in the mirror today and ask yourself these thought-provoking questions. Where would you rate yourself on the Thrive Index right now? Are you letting the current economic headlines rewrite your story or your potential? Now, which dimension of your life, personal, spiritual, or financial, has been left to drift in survival mode? And what is one concrete action that you will take today to fix it? Yes, the global environment is turbulent. Capital markets are uncertain, true. Technology is disrupting everything, absolutely. But history has never been made by people who had it easy. Odunayo Oyinyi did not start or did not wait for the Nigerian financial market to stabilize. She used tech as a tool to create stability for millions. Mitchell Elegbe didn't stop building his ship during the storm. He didn't just survive the chaos. What he built became Nigeria's premier tech unicorn, single-handedly laying the economic highway that allows the modern digital economy to exist. Shola Akinade's journey shows that when global disruption hits, you must possess a sovereign mindset. He bypassed traditional limitations of an environment by mastering high-value skills, demonstrating that every young professional can achieve world-class excellence, and it can even be engineered, for example, right out of Lagos. So you see, history is made by those who looked at chaos and decided they were designed and built to handle it. So I encourage you today, stop existing. Stop merely surviving. It's your time to step into your sovereign potential. It's your time to thrive. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here with you this morning. God bless.
Wow. I never wanted the speech to end, Mr. Christian. Are you sure you wouldn't like another 30 minutes? We have more than enough time to give you. Thank you very much for your keynote speech. And I would like to highlight the two quotes you have just given to us. And I think I can reference them to you. That history was never made by those who found it easy. That history was made by those who saw the chaos and realized that they were designed to do something about it. Thank you very, very much. So somebody was asking on the YouTube live that what are the 3 daily habits he or she can begin investing in that can begin to change, create that step change for them from merely existing or surviving to actually thriving. So if you don't mind just giving us rapid fire, the 3 things that you think they can start now. I know you have spoken about building on new skills and the rest, but 3 daily habits, the smallest units of action that can be taken at this point in their lives.
Chika, that's a great question, and thank you for the person who asked that question. I would recommend one, seek out skill mastery or active professional development. So as you go along your daily life, don't wait for the company, your company or your friends to suggest something that you should study, but challenge yourself to attain skill mastery, active professional development. The internet has created a library of content that can teach you new skills in 5, 10, 30, 20, even 60 minutes, and perhaps in some situations days, right? Over a period of time. But we have access to these free professional development tools, and I encourage you to take advantage of that. The second I would say that is very critical is your active network. Who do you socialize with? Like I mentioned, is it people who actively complain about challenges that they experience every day? Or is it people that are looking to solve problems for the people in front of them, right? So those two things I think are essential. And then to crown that, I would suggest the third is have an active, I would say, very engaged, faith-based life, right? Pray often, be anchored, and seek God first in everything that you do.
Okay, so you've all heard it from Mr. Christian. You need to strive for skill mastery, activate your network. Who are those you are moving around with, and what's your anchor? So have a strong faith life. With these three quality tools, I think we definitely would have an impactful future that would make for an inspiring history that others can look up to. And perhaps maybe one day somebody would also stand on a podium like this and say, oh, do you remember there's someone like this who saw this challenge and took to it and provided the solution for the entire world. Thank you again very much, Mr. Christian, for your keynote speech, and thanks for answering our questions. We really do appreciate you, and we hope to see you again at another Discovering Greatness conference. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Okay, so for those of us who don't know, he's actually calling in from a different time zone. And I failed to ask him what time it is there, but it is definitely not 11 o'clock where he is. So this is just to point to the fact that you're already being invested in. People are already taking steps, making sacrifices to ensure that you have resources that takes you to the very next level. So it will now be a case of the soap has been made available, but would you use it to have your bath? Or would you prefer to wallow in whatever situation you think is overwhelming you? Or reach out and take a hold of that anchor, of that rope that has been let down for you by total strangers, people who do not know you from anywhere, just to show you that together humanity can move forward if we are all just able to work together. Thank you very much, Hill City Foundation, for putting together this Discovering Greatness conference. Thank you very much, our keynote speaker, Mr. Christian, for coming here to share your time, share your life, and share your experience. May God bless you. All right, moving on very quickly. I can see all of the thanks coming from the Facebook, YouTube Live. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Active Strategic Network and Strong Anchor. Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir. Thank you, City Foundation. All right, so that's great. Moving on, at this point, we're going to have our first Kahoot experience, and it's going to be our first speaker quiz. So I need us all to look to the screen, to our screens, as our admin projects for us the link to the Kahoot site, and we're going to be there engaging one another for probably next 5 minutes, after which we're going to go into my favorite part of today's event, which is going to be the fireside chat with the lead coordinator. But before we do that, first Kahoot, the speakers quiz, we have it on kahoot.it. So bring out your phones, bring out your devices, your iPads. It doesn't matter what device you use, whether Android or Apple. Go to kahoot.it. Again, www.kahoot.it, and put in the game pin 213458. 213458. Choose your avatar. If you want to be a cow today, a cat, a dog, a goat, it's all there for you. Kahoot is ready for you. I want to start seeing the participants. Welcome, Gracious, Mesomachi. Can we have more? We are currently 183 persons watching. So if we go by the Pareto's rule, I expect to see at least 36 to 40 persons. Welcome, Dams. Welcome, Linus, Usman, Laxino, Governor, MG, MOG. Welcome to 13458. Welcome, AKT. Welcome, Joe and Derek. Welcome, Onyis. Oluwanishola. Welcome, Joe. Welcome, Eze Palace. Yes, welcome. Welcome, admin. I think in another minute we'll start the session. Welcome, John, Dr. T, Neye, Fave, Honesty. God's own. And Chichi, Litima, Rain. Stepping up. Rain. Hola, Reina. From Rain to Reina. That's so nice. Teki, Hadassah, Diamond Wings, and Inas. We have 30 seconds more. Step up, players. Step into the lobby. We have Victor G, Triumph, Princess. Onyis again. Is that a second Onyi or the previous one? All right, at this point, Embu Sylvester, Ryonosuke, Princess, let us have our Kahoots. Admin, let's start the session. Speaker quiz 1. First for the Day 2 Discovery Greatness Conference 2026. Awesome. So how do you feel about thriving today? How do you feel about thriving today? Fastest fingers. Are you curious and ready? A bit unsure, already thriving, or here to learn? After that keynote speech, I think I know the answer everybody's supposed to have. At least we've all moved on from existing and surviving. That's for sure. That's for sure. Second question, which state is not correct? Which state is not correct? Is it state to thrive, state to manage, state to survive, state to exist? Which state is not correct? Fastest fingers. Okay, we have 37 answers in already, 39 answers. Thank you. 14 persons got it correctly. 14 persons showed us they were listening as our keynote speaker made his keynote speech. But not to worry. Third question. Which state matches intentional, purpose-led future? Which state matches intentional, purpose-led future? Is it the state of surviving, the state of existing, the state of thriving, or the state of managing? Which state matches intentional, purpose-led future? 33 in, 20 persons got it. It is the state of thriving. It is the state of thriving. Well done to our winners for this round. And we see that Linus has gone down, and now we have OG leading, followed by Dams and Abel. We're going to have a number of these Kahoot sessions today, and the final winner is definitely going to leave here with something huge. All right. Which is a thrive dimension? Which is a thrive dimension? A, financial value mastery, beauty and steez, endless relaxation, good life feeling. Which is a thrive dimension? I think I like the way they've given us exam immediately after the course. It's very, very good. 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 8 is on fire. Though he's just a step below the top 3, but he or she is on fire, having the highest answer streak of 3. Well done, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 8. More, please. Next session. Remember, after this Kahoot break, we are going to be headed to our fireside place where we'll be speaking with the lead coordinator, engineer OB member. Okay. Okay. All right. So We know those who are top 3. We have MOG, Dams, Abel. And then following is 213458, the hottest person in the Kahoot session. But away from Kahoot now, how much do you know about our lead coordinator? You see, I'm very proud to be associated with our lead coordinator, Engineer Obi member, for a number of reasons. One of it is the fact that he and I went to, or rather, shared the same alumni, shared the same schools across 2 levels. I went to the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, where he also attended for his undergraduate studies. And following that, just in step, you know, one of the things about mentorship is whatever you see your mentors do, you try to do it. You copy their traits, you copy their movements, even though you're unique, but you do some of those things to see how you can attain the levels they have attained already. So from his time at Futo, he moved on to Robert Gordon University, and I also went there. You know, so who knows? Maybe if I continue on this path, one day I would also become a coordinator leading something. Please, if we have, can admin help us project it now as I make welcome my favorite person on today's call.
Engineer Obi Imemba is a seasoned executive and business leader with a distinguished record of delivering strategic transformation, operational resilience, and sustained value creation across multiple multinational environments. His leadership career spans multiple geographies where he has successfully guided organizations through periods of growth, change, and cultural reinventions across West Africa, East Africa, and Europe. Obi has led large diverse teams and critical portfolios with discipline and foresight, driving operational excellence while aligning people, culture, and strategy to the long-term business goal. He is widely recognized for combining deep technical expertise with strong governance acumen and emotional intelligence, enabling performance with purpose at scale. As Managing Director of TotalEnergies Uganda Limited, Obi led significant cultural and business transformation initiatives that repositioned the company for sustainable success and long-term competitiveness. He currently serves on the board of directors of TotalEnergies E&P Nigeria Limited as Executive Director, JV Assets, where he provides strategic oversight, strengthens partnerships, and supports value optimization across the asset portfolio. The prize will demonstrates a strong commitment to social impact. He is the founder and lead coordinator of Hill City Foundation, established in 2004, which has supported over 3,800 students across more than 150 universities in Africa, investing not only in education and capacity development, but in the next generation of leaders capable of transforming institutions and communities. Obi leads with clarity, stewardship, and enduring belief in human capital as a strategic asset. He is an alumnus of the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, and Robert Gordon University. He is a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and a respected member of several professional bodies. His leadership reflects a rare balance of strategic insight, ethical grounding, and legacy-driven impact, and is happily married to Mrs. Chioma Imemba, and they are blessed with 3 lovely children. Let's make welcome Engineer Obi Imemba.
Let's make welcome Engineer Obi Imemba. Welcome, sir. Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you, Chika. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir. So, what do you have written on your shirt? What do you have written on your shirt? Let's start from there.
So you could see, I don't know if can you read it?
I see mentorship.
4 axes is the 4 axes of Hill City Foundation. So
yes,
I don't know if you can read it.
Yes,
But it
so
starts with educational support, mentorship,
mentorship.
economic empowerment, and then self-discovery. So this is the Hill City 4 axis.
This is a great example of saying carry it with your chest. So we can all see how our lead coordinator is carrying his vision on his chest. The 4 axis of impact, we have it there. Thank you very much,
It's
sir.
my life.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for living out your life loud for all of us to see. All right, before I get into the questions, all our partners and friends online, if you have any questions for him during his fireside chat, I'll try as much as possible to squeeze you in. So just type those questions and keep typing them to make sure that when I'm ready, I can pull from it and present to our lead coordinator. Engineer Obi, during the video for Hill City Retrospect and Future, it started off by telling us the burden you saw and you told yourself you are going to be the solution for it. I need us to just take a deeper dive. I need you to open up that experience a bit more so we can see exactly the engagement you had both within yourself and outside probably to develop this vision called Hill City Foundation. So what was that burden that you saw? What was it you saw about the Nigerian youth that made you say, no, I'm not just going to look away, I'm going to do something?
Okay, thank you, Chika. Okay, so I will say that when when I finished my university education, because I schooled in Nigeria here, I lived and I saw how people, first of all, struggled to go to school, those that have already found themselves inside school. Then when I graduated and came out, I also saw a lot of people that didn't even have the opportunity to even find their feet in the four walls of a higher institution. So when I was in the university, I saw personally I struggled, and I saw other people that struggled, to go through, financially and otherwise. And then coming out, I now saw something that was even more shocking. A lot of people that I called hopeless and helpless. Interacting with them, I saw that these guys were intelligent. They were smarter even than me, but they had kind of given up. They've kind of just become subdued and said, I have no hope, I have no future, I cannot get there. I just have to stay. That's the stage of what I would call just existing. They submitted themselves to that state of existence. I'm just here to exist. I'm helpless. I'm hopeless. So, but I saw a lot of potential in these people. So I hate to see waste, So I saw energy, I saw intelligence, I saw enthusiasm, but that is not being given what it required to be able to be translated to something that can be of value. So that's why Hill City, we say adding value to life. So I personally now started thinking about, okay, but how do we solve this problem of converting, increasing the conversion ratio of those that are finishing secondary school that will go into the university? And the second burden was now, okay, it's not just about helping them to get to school. It's also about reorientating their mind, changing their mindset, knowing that I am here, I can make a difference. My destiny is in my hand. I can actually become what I am created to be. It's not in anybody's hand. So that's where we brought in the mentorship aspect, So that's why we started with educational support, and then we now progress into mentorship. Okay, we need to mentor. We need to help the guys get transformed in their mind. We need to help the guys. We need to guide them. We need to, hand carry them all along. And then along the line, we now discover that, okay, It's not enough to help somebody get into the university and help mentor him, but you need to also help deploy him after that. So, and that's where the economic empowerment came in. That's where the self-discovery and personal development came in. So that's how we came up with the discover, develop, deploy. So it became a full package, a full spectrum of transformation, that you find somebody that has potential, untapped, undeveloped, unharnessed. You help the person, give him that lever, be that hand that he can hold to be able to join the train of development. And then you keep holding him, guiding him through that journey. And when he comes out, you help him get deployed. And in that way, you are creating a total man. You are creating a total transformation. You're taking somebody from 0 and taking him to a point. I mean, in terms of Thrive Index, as Christian said, you can take somebody from 0 and take him to at least 0.7 or 8, And I think that's the whole idea about Hill City Foundation, is to help people take them from the state of existence to the state of thriving.
Thank you very much, lead coordinator. Before I get into my second question, there's a question that popped up on the YouTube live that I just need you to say a word to. Somebody was asking, how was your background while growing up? Do you believe that someone from a poor background can inspire for greatness and achieve it? And a second person, just following the first question, still asked, is thriving determined by one's family background? Is it determined by where a person comes from? I just need you to speak to these two persons together. Can they rise above where it is they are coming from?
Actually, this question is very, very important, and I think I like it, and I've been asked this question so much. And this is one of my, I would say, most important convictions, that your background, where you are born, when you are born, your parents, your climate, your geography has nothing to do with discovering and fulfilling your potential. It's all, the day you are born, everything that is required for you to thrive, to develop your potential, to fulfill purpose, was deposited inside of you. There's what Nigerians call follow-come. So everything, because you are born with a purpose, you are born with an assignment, and what you need to achieve your assignment, to fulfill your purpose, was put inside of you. Because the God that made us, that created us, is like a manufacturer. You cannot send a car to go and do 380, 400 kilometers per hour, that you have not put what it takes for it to do it in the manufacturing plant, in the laboratory, in the you do R&D, you take it back to, you now go, mature it up to the manufacturing stage, and then you manufacture, then you release it. So before we came, we carry everything that we require. So now, the environment that you encounter when you come out, the age you are born, whether you are millennial, whether you are Gen Z, Alpha, or whatever, you have what it takes for you to thrive in your own generation. Everybody has his own unique endowment, unique gift, unique talent. That's what people call your talent, your gift that you came with. Everybody has an ability. There's something that's inside of you that you come with, but they come raw. So you now need to transform that raw material into something that has value. So, and that is exactly what Hill City is encouraging you to do. This is what education does. This is what mentorship does. This is what self-discovery and personal development does, to help you discover the raw materials you have to thrive, to fulfill purpose, help you discover them, develop them, transform them, convert them from a place of little or no value to a place of value, and that's how you thrive and fulfill purpose. And I want to tell you, the person speaking to you today is an example. I'm a complete 100% example of somebody that didn't come from a very solid background. My parents were not well to do, and I am number 6 of 6 boys. So you can imagine that they were not expecting me, and they were not excited when another boy came after 6 times, you know. So I will tell you that I am somebody that, you know, I found myself in not the best of backgrounds, but when I discovered purpose, that changed everything. Everything shifted. I got transformed in my mind, and today, by God's grace, I am where I can say I'm thriving by the day.
Wow. Thank you very much for those words of encouragement. People are already chatting. I'm saying, thank you, sir, for reawakening something cautious and potential in me. Thank you very much, Engineer Obi. So I want us to now get into the anatomy of thriving. You have spoken about the axis of impact. You're wearing it on your chest. But if you don't mind sharing with us a bit of data, in your 22 years of doing this, which of the axes has been most impactful in your experience?
Okay, Chike, I think that's a very good question. From what I've seen, from the feedback I've gotten from a lot of the people that have passed through this program, and for information, we've given close to 4,000 awards. If I recall, I think this year we should be at 3,800 and something awards, individual awards, that we've given from inception. I mean, university undergraduate scholarship awards, I would say. And the several thousands of people have passed through the mentorship program, and several of them have graduated. I think we have close to 2,000 that have graduated or more from the program. And the feedback I get from them, each time I interact with them, even the testimonials that we receive from them, point us to something that is very, very fundamental and revealing, and that's that most of them are referring to something that probably we were not conscious of before. Most of them talk about that they have found and discovered a community. They've discovered friendship, genuine love. They've discovered God somehow, because they say people that didn't know me from nowhere, that they've never seen something like that, people that give you without expecting to receive anything back from you. They demand nothing apart from just trying to see you be the best version of yourself. You know, and that's not typical in the world. You know, there's a lot of, I would say, NGOs or foundations that people give, scholarship. People give scholarship, but we don't give scholarship, we give life. That's why we say adding value to lives. We don't give scholarship, we give life. So in that sense of giving lives, they encounter life, they experience a higher level of living, and in that, they encounter God. They believe that there must be God that has reached out to them through these people. So we hear people talk about how the mentorship has transformed their lives, how they have found, people that have genuinely loved and cared for them. So what I would say that the most important thing I've discovered about the impact of Hill City, or what Hill City has done, is that Hill City has created an ecosystem that brings in people, where people come and find refuge, a safety net, where they come in, and when they enter, they come in one state, and they grow, transform, and they exit at a much better, I would say, state. And that's why when I call it an ecosystem, is that before, when we started, we didn't have what we call this graduate forum. Now we see that most of them, Nobody wants to leave the ecosystem. They migrate and enter the graduate forum. All the guys that I mentored, or you or other people that I've mentored, they don't want to leave. They still keep calling you their mentor. They remain connected. They remain within the ecosystem. So you see that some of them have transformed to become our colleagues in our companies where we work. Some of them have transformed to become workers within Hill City Foundation. Some have transformed to become workers in the businesses owned by Hill City members or partners of Hill City. So somehow I've seen an ecosystem that has been created, and you know, we call Hill City a circle of greatness. So we see people that come small and they become great, and they keep expanding and growing within this ecosystem. So I would say what I've seen is an ecosystem that's been created, and the people have become transformed and become members of this ecosystem, and they are thriving in it.
Wow. Thank you very much. I think that's a very solid answer. The fact that the greatest impact from Hill City Foundation is the creation of the ecosystem, the community, the friendships and relationships that are born out of people becoming a part of this circle of greatness. Just going back to our YouTube followers, someone asked a question, and because when we have people within an ecosystem, there are all kinds of experiences that one sees. 22 years, I'm sure you have seen all kinds of people. Is there any story you can tell us that can point to the fact that one can thrive even after making a great mistake of any kind, having a great setback, maybe caused by their own personal decisions? In your 22 years, have you encountered such? Have you seen a success story come out of such a depressive state?
And I would say I've seen several. Even myself, even me, I've made mistakes. Mistakes are actually recipes for success, if you ask me. If you've not made mistakes, it's not likely you're going to be a sustainable, successful person. Let me put it that way. Because at every point in your life, you will make mistakes. And the one thing that Hill City does, one is that we try to tell people, I made this mistake 10 years ago. I can help. I will tell you why I made the mistake, how I made the mistake, and what I learned. And it's better you don't make this mistake. You learn from my own mistake so that you can go faster. You know, so I think it's better to learn from other people's mistakes, and then, because you're going to make some mistakes. But so let me put it this way, Chika. If I made 10 mistakes, I would prefer is if I'm mentoring you, the same mistakes that I made, you will not make those same mistakes. You will make other mistakes and learn new things. And then you learn from my own mistake. You see, so it's richer for you. You see, so you go faster by taking the lessons I've learned from my own mistakes. And then, of course, you're going to make some of your own mistakes, but they will likely to be less costly because you have learned your reservoir of knowledge from my own mistakes, and the lessons I've learned is quite large and wide, and you are better equipped to go through life without making mistakes. I would like to probably just mention maybe one incident that somebody that for whatever reason he didn't have the opportunity in his first year. He was completely, what will I say? He was careless, he was irresponsible, and he was almost failing in school. And I happened to mentor this guy in his year 2. In year 2, I was assigned to as his mentor. And he was completely, he was in a state of hopelessness, I would say, and helplessness. He didn't believe, first of all, he didn't even believe I would embrace him, I would appreciate him or love. He thought I would say he's useless and all of those. No, I even told him that I made exactly the same mistake. That my CGPA in my first semester of year 1 in school was not up to 2 points. You know what? In a 5-point system, I made 1 point. So I can't remember what it was, 1 point something. So you know that was a failing grade. And I told him how I took charge and recovered and ended up in a 2-1, very good 2-1 situation by the time I left school. So after I shared this with him, so first of all, he was able to immediately connect with, so he came down, he said, okay, so this man that I'm seeing at this level, at this state today that I admire, he was actually in the same pit that I was in. So we became comrades. He could connect. So you see, and then I started telling him all the things that I did and how I did it. I want to tell you that that same person left school with a first class. He did better than I did. So that's why I say mistakes are actually part of life, but it's about what are you doing with a mistake. You know, I read one book by John Maxwell. He said the title is Failing Forward. So that means it's failing. That means you will fail. It's not about failing. It's about when you fail, are you lying down there and, you know, or you're getting up, learning the lesson of why you failed, and then taking the journey and in a better state, in a better way. So I would say, yes, mistakes are part of the ingredients of success.
Indeed. Mistakes are a recipe for success. All right, let me see. Before I get into the next question, sir, tea or coffee?
Tea, of course, Chika.
All right. Akamu or custard?
Akamu. But even though I don't do them, but if I should choose, I will choose Akamu. Because
all right. Lagos or Port Harcourt?
It's more real.
Lagos or Port Harcourt?
Of course. Port Harcourt is the place to be.
Okay. All right.
If you're not in Port Harcourt, you're in the wrong place.
Okay. The league coordinator said Port Harcourt is the place to be. So
this,
sir,
you know, Chika, this was where Hill City was born. So it's important. So if the city should born a vision that is like this, then it means it's the right place to be. It's a place to bet vision. So if you want to bet a vision, you know where to be now.
Come to Port Harcourt. Okay, sir. Okay. So, sir, every year we have an army of volunteers that put together the Discovering Greatness Conference. Every year, through your leadership, we try to rotate the people who handle these events and coordinate them. But one resonating pattern is the fact that you are not just leading from the back or just staying somewhere while the work is done. Every single year you are involved, deeply involved in every aspect of coordination. And the question now is, for 22 years, in a world where passion fades, in a world where people get tired, in a world where people at times just drop everything and move on, what has made up for this inner stamina? What is that source you keep pulling from to remain actively engaged? Why don't you just one day say, man, I'm tired of this?
Anyway, you know, let me start by saying that, you know, children, I don't know if you played in the soccer in the sand, you know.
I did.
That you just come back from school, you drop your bag on the road, you have not gotten home, and and there's a football, there's a play, you start running, and you can play for the next 4 hours. You've not eaten, and your parents will have to come and chase you to be able to do it. And sometimes you wake up in the morning, you pursue that football, and you just go and start playing it from morning till night. You don't even remember food. So there's a fuel, there's energy that is driving you. There is that kind of, fuel that you don't see that drive you when you are operating on purpose. When you discover purpose, when you connect to purpose, when you're doing something that that sparks that fire in you, that fire just keeps you burning, that you don't feel any loss of energy. In fact, you get energized more. The fire is, the more you do it, the more the fuel is increasing, the more the fire is increasing, and the more you keep doing it. So that's what I will say. That's what it means to connect with purpose. And for me, Hill City is a platform that provides you that privilege to fulfill purpose. It provides you a platform to serve, a platform to give, a platform to love, and a platform to be transformed yourself. Because I have seen myself also transform in my mindset in the course of the work of Hill City. I learn as I keep giving, I keep receiving fresh insight, fresh knowledge, and I keep getting transformed myself. So I will say I get fueled in the process of doing it. I get energy, and it's because there is purpose that is at the center of it. Discovery of purpose gives you that fuel that will make you not to be able to stop.
So, sir, just take 30 seconds to tell us how we can discover purpose today so that we can find that enough fuel to do what we need to.
I always tell people that discovery of purpose, because first of all, you cannot be great if you're on another person's lane. That's what I always say. You can run from here to, some people, in a relay race or in a track and field race, in a track, if you run on another person's lane, even if you come 1 hour earlier, you'll be disqualified.
Yes.
So for me, purpose is inherent. It's about your inherent ability, inherent talent, inherent, I would say, passion, interests that are inside of you that you're able to discover and you are able to trade with them. I always tell people there's what I call a sweet spot. That sweet spot is where your abilities, because your ability, Chika, I don't have sweet mouth as much as you have. You can talk from here till tomorrow and you can convince anybody to buy what he doesn't need. So I'm not like you. That ability, I cannot compete with you. So that's what I'm just trying to say. Everybody has something that is where you are good, what you love. So that's your passion, that's your interest. But it has to match where you have ability. A lot of people love football, right?
Yes.
Arsenal, Man U fans, PSG fans. They love it. They can travel from here. That's passion. But put the ball down. They will instead of shooting it this way, they will shoot it the other way. They don't have the ability. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So where the ability is at the highest, the area where you have things you can do very, very well and do easily, and you have passion to do it. If you combine those two, that's your sweet spot. And that's, for me, that's where you discover purpose, So, Chika, I don't know if that helps you.
Yes, that really helps. And then maybe for another sidetrack, because you mentioned soccer, what club do you support? What English Premiership club do you support?
It's only one club to support, of course. The winners you support. I'm a champion. So because I'm a champion, so if you know who the champion is, that's the club I support. So it's just natural that we are champions. I deal with champions.
Yes.
In
so
fact,
if you know who the champions are,
I should have come with my champion cap. I have one very good cap that is written champion. So Chika, tell them who are the champions. Tell them. Say it yourself. Don't be shy.
Not forever.
Why are you shy to see Chika?
No, I'm not. Arsenal. They are the English champions. Huh?
Okay,
Arsenal
very
forever.
good, very good, very good. So everybody should join the champions train.
Yes. Yes. All right. So you heard it. Hill City Foundation join the champions train. All right. So, sir, we are slowly coming to the end of this fireside chat, and I honestly do not want it to end, and I'm very sure that's the same with our participants online. But I think this question is very important. You've spoken about how our passion is to meet our ability. And we have seen how for 22 years, that's what you focused on. You've centered your life on your purpose. That purpose has generated the passion you need, and you have leaned into your ability to drive this vision for 22 years. But we know that this vision is bigger than whatever it is that we see. So when you go to bed at night, what is the unfinished work, unfinished business that keeps you awake? When you think about Hill City Foundation, what still keeps you awake about her?
Anyway, Chika, you know that I told a couple of people, and I think I've said this severally, that each time you go to the traffic in Nigeria, in other African cities, you see a lot of people hawking. And those people doing those hawking, a lot of them, 95% of them are young people. Some very young people. And a lot of them there, the potentials in them, those people there are the people that could be Elon Musk, that could be the next Bill Gates, that could be the next Dangote, but they're not going to attain that by being in that traffic. So you see, those are trapped potential. Those are trapped potentials. Those are, you know, the entrepreneurs, the leaders that have raw materials that have not been developed. And there's what they call the plastic stage of life. The plastic stage of life is the youth stage. That's the stage where you can develop anything. That's when you can harness anything. That's when you can squeeze it, bend it, form it, shape it, and position it to become what it's supposed to be in the future. So the future of Africa is today, and the future is these people that are, you know, that are going about every day trying to sell pure water in the traffic, trying to sell granite in the traffic. And nobody, you know, is attending to them. They are not doing it because that's what they want to do. They are doing it to survive. They are not thriving. So for me, my heart bleeds if each time I see these ones. I'm not better off than them. They are just victims of circumstances, victims of distorted social system, victims of distorted political systems, societal systems that are malfunctioning. So how can we harness these potentials? How can we convert them, you know, from the state of existence, survival, into that state of thriving? How can we start developing their potential, discover them, develop them, and deploy them to meaningful ventures? We keep saying, or since when I was born, we keep saying Africa has a huge potential. Africa's potential is the youth. But this same state is not the state of the youth, of the young people that carry the energy, that carry the fire, that carry what it takes to transform Africa, make it what it needs to be. Their state is still the same, if it's not even deteriorating. A couple of them are joining cultism, joining terrorist group, joining kidnapping group, joining drug cartels, and all of those. So how do I go to bed and say that I'm satisfied and fulfilled? Because this was the same vision I saw 22 years ago that made me start Hill City Foundation. And as far as we are not able to get all these guys off the street, bring all these people and harness their potential, harness their energy, and deploy them to meaningful ventures, I will remain restless. And this is what I solicit to all well-meaning people, that we should join hands, join efforts to see how we can add value to these lives, bring them from where they are, and take them to that level where they can start thriving and being of value to the society.
Wow. So that was really sobering. I don't know what I'm feeling right now, and I don't want to cry on camera. Anyways, we've had the lead coordinator, really. We are here to discover, develop, and deploy. And we have such a huge catchment area. They are everywhere, just as he has painted it. Every stop, every bus stop, every roundabout, you see them there. Some are hawking, some are knocking on your vehicle to roll down and give them something. And the question is, if we are not better than them, if we are all part of this system, this world, if we are all human beings, how can we ensure that their potential and growth does not remain stunted? I think that's a charge that the lead coordinator has given us at this point. He has given us something to munch on. So if you're here and you are a protege, don't just think about what it is you can get from being a member of UCT, but what can we give back? Our lead coordinator is not sleeping. How can we help him sleep? How can we help him sleep? So let's take all of this very seriously. Please. All right. And we have only 4 minutes left. So we're going to ask maybe 2 rapid questions and then the final question. Mentor or mentee? What role do you enjoy more? Mentor or mentee?
Chika, this one, I don't know why you're asking this. But anyway, I've been a mentor for a long time, but I don't mind being a mentee. Or if you can mentor me, I don't mind, Chika. I'm looking for my own mentor. Okay.
Okay. So it's mentor the way. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Then what's one book you would like everybody on this event, watching us live, to go and read? What's one book you'd like to put in the hands of every young Nigerian right now?
For me, the most transformative book I read, and I think I read it several times and I marked it, is the book called The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. That book is a compendium of life, of purpose, and what it means to live, actually, the purpose of existence. It has 40 chapters. Each of them you can, each of them is a masterpiece, each of those chapters. So I've bought that book I can't remember, but probably I bought more than 100 copies of it, and I've given to people, because anybody I loved, the way I got, I would say, inspired by the book was that if I love you, I say you have to read this book, and I buy you your own copy, Wow. So it's a book I would want everyone to buy. It's on Amazon, and it's a phenomenal book.
Okay, so you've all heard it, The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. So if you want to know what kind of thoughts have shaped the mindset that our lead coordinator carries his vision with, please go get that copy. And also mark it. Make sure you mark it and snap it and send to him so that he sees that you have gone through it. All right, sir. Even as much as we do not want you to go, we have to let you go. So on this last minute, if you are to give a charge, a 1-minute charge to everyone here, what would that charge look like? Over to you, sir. Your closing remarks, essentially.
Okay, I mean, this conference this year, we're talking about Thrive. And the Christian has given a very, very good introduction to it, a very good overview on thriving. But for me, I want to just leave one aspect or one word with you guys, and that's on you. If you want to thrive, you cannot thrive without a seed.
Cannot thrive without a seed.
Now, why do I say that? Just imagine, I think the best example of thrive is plants. So for a plant, you can know when a plant is thriving or not thriving. So you see those plants that are thriving, they are flourishing, they are very green, they are fruity, they are beautiful, you know. So, and you know that for it to thrive, it requires a lot of ingredients, and that's part of what we're getting through this conference today. You need sunlight, you need water, you need nutrients, you need several things. So that's what we're getting here today. But there's something very fundamental. That's this. But there's no plant that can exist without a seed. Every plant is a product of a seed. So your foundation, your beginning for thriving is the seed to thrive. So what is that seed that you have to plant that will make you thrive? Because it's easy to listen to all of these things, but you don't even know what is the seed. And for me, the seed is I'll call it the seed of purpose. That's your ability, your passion. What do you have inside of you? What is that what did you come with? And how have you planted it? How are you watering it? How are you farming it to make sure that you thrive? So if not, you just listen and you go away. You need to do an introspection. What is my seed? What do I have? And is the seed that brings the harvest. So ask yourself the question, what seed do I have that I need to plant to thrive?
Wow. What seed do I have that I need to plant to thrive? 211 of us on YouTube are saying, thank you very much, sir. You mean a lot to us. What you have said is true. God bless you, sir. At this time, we've used up all of our time and over by 2 minutes, but we would not leave without saying, our dear lead coordinator, we really appreciate you. We appreciate your time. You have shared with us your life over the past 40 minutes plus, and you have really impacted us. So we would now move on to our panel session, and I would be inviting somebody else who will moderate that. But before we do that, I would like all of us online, please, I see that we stopped liking at 131. Can we increase it? I see we are 212. Can we have 212 likes? Please, if you've not liked this live, please like it. Let me refresh my page so I am sure that I'm also saying the right thing. I want our seed to grow. I need our seed to try. Oh, 195. Awesome. Awesome. I also see that our subscribers have increased. Please don't stop liking, don't stop subscribing, and don't stop sharing. Okay. At this time, we are going to have the panel session. I know we've heard a lot. Our head is probably full, and that's the reason why you all need to have your notes. I hope you had your notes and you've been writing them down so you can revisit. And this particular program is going to remain hosted on YouTube, so you can always go back and rewatch it. I don't think there's a paywall, so you don't need to pay. You just go back and rewatch it. Listen again to what Mr. Christian has said. Listen again to what the lead coordinator has said. Listen again to what our panelists would soon be saying. Now, I'm not going to moderate that session. That session is going to be moderated by okay. Oh, all right. So I think we're going to move our agenda a bit. We're going to move our agenda a bit. Just give me a moment. So the information reaching me is we are going to reschedule the panel session for a few minutes while we look at the Hill City Awards, where we take the Hill City Awards, our Lead Coordinator Awards, and ESP 2026 list. I want to believe that we have our ESP candidates all here. You've all gotten your messages weeks ago informing you to join this meeting. This is the time for you. Our admin is going to be projecting all of the awards that we are garnering in this season and everyone who are awardees for this season, and we're going to celebrate with them, after which we would come back for the panel session. So don't go away. Do not go anywhere. Admin, over to you.
Anoke Victor Ruben is a medical student of Ebonyi State University, Abakaliki, whose passion for community service was shaped by his own healthcare journey. Victor made a commitment to help others facing similar challenges. As a Hill City Fellow, he has actively championed community health, health education, and volunteerism. He has participated in medical outreaches, conducted health screenings, supported underserved communities, and served as a peer educator on critical public health issues. Beyond healthcare, he has contributed to youth empowerment through skill development initiatives and continued to support impact-driven projects through the Hill City Design and Community Team. His work advances Sustainable Development Goals 3, 4, 5, and 8, reflecting his dedication to improving lives through health, education, equality, and empowerment. For his outstanding commitment to community service and his unwavering passion for creating positive change, we are proud to recognize Anoke Victor Ruben as a recipient of the Lead Coordinator Award of Honor for Community Impact. Please join us in celebrating his inspiring impact and service. Obaji Promise Oyedikachi is a 400-level mass communication student of Alex Ekwueme Federal University, Ebonyi State, a current Hill City Foundation Fellow and a skilled barber. Through her journey with Hill City Foundation, she has embraced the importance of creating meaningful impact in the lives of others. Recognizing the financial challenges many students face in today's economy, Promise took the initiative to support her campus community through a free haircut marathon held on February 20th, 2026. From 11:30 a.m. to 7 p.m., she provided free haircut services to students, reaching over 30 beneficiaries. According to feedback received, the project came at a critical time and brought much-needed relief to many students. Beyond the immediate impact, Promise has demonstrated foresight and a commitment to sustainability by mentoring a 100-level student barber. Through this effort, she is helping to ensure that similar initiatives can continue to serve students long after her graduation. This project aligns strongly with Sustainable Development Goal 1, which is no poverty, by helping students reduce essential living expenses and ease financial pressure. For her exceptional commitment to service, leadership, and community transformation, we are honored to recognize Obaji Promise Oyedikachi as a recipient of the Lead Coordinator Award of Honor for Community Impact. Meet Nbechi Meso Machi Emmanuel, is a final year petroleum engineering student of the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, Futo, and a passionate fashion, runway, and pageant model. Through his journey in the creative industry, he has consistently used fashion and modeling to promote confidence, self-expression, creativity, and positive representation among young people. His excellence has earned him recognition across several prestigious platforms, including titles such as the Luxury King Nigeria, Mr. Culture, Mr. Humanity, Mr. Charity, SUG Ambassador, Mr. SPE, and Mr. Rotaract, among others. This achievement reflects not only his talent, but also his commitment to leadership and service. Beyond the runway, Emmanuel has demonstrated exceptional leadership through his service as Social Activity Chairperson of the Society of Petroleum Engineers, Futo Student Chapter, where he contributed to student engagement, mentorship, leadership development, and impactful community initiatives. Currently serving as the manager of Therapy Elite Fashion Academy, he is actively mentoring and grooming aspiring models, helping young people develop confidence, discipline, poise, and professionalism while discovering and maximizing their potential. For his outstanding contribution to art, creativity, youth development, and leadership, we are proud to recognize Mbechime Somachi Emmanuel as a recipient of the Lead Coordinators Award of Honor for Arts and Creativity.
In a world driven by rapid technological advancements, innovation is no longer optional, it is essential. Meet Victor Amedu, a forward-thinking engineer and emerging innovator committed to solving complex problems through technology and computational intelligence. As a proud 3MTT Next Gen Fellowship Fellow, Victor is actively developing ideas at the intersection of engineering, computation, and real-world application, currently in their incubation phase, with strong potential for scalable impact. Driven by precision and analytical depth, Victor led a high-level computational engineering project focused on the numerical approximation of electromagnetic fields integrals in transmission lines, a critical area in modern communication and electronic systems. Leading a 10-member engineering team, he spearheaded the development of MATLAB-based model using advanced numerical algorithms, including the composite triposial rule and Simpson's rule, to analyze electromagnetic interference in circuits. His work reflects the power of technology, not just as a tool, but as a driver of innovation, enabling smarter systems, deeper analysis, and scalable solutions to real-world problems. For his excellence in computational engineering, his commitment to innovation, and his growing impact in the technological space, we proudly present Victor Amedu as the Hill City Foundation Lead Coordinators Award of Honor recipient for Tech and Innovation. From the heart of the Federal University of Technology, Minna, emerges a young leader redefining excellence in engineering and impact. In a world where leadership is often spoken about, few young individuals truly live it. Meet Idris Onilola Adewale, a 400-level civil engineering student, driven by purpose, excellence, and a passion to create meaningful change. Recognized as the best 300-level engineering student, Idris has consistently demonstrated academic excellence, earning prestigious honors like the NAMET Award and the MSSN Academic Beacon Award. But his journey goes far beyond the classroom. Selected among over 65,000 applicants worldwide, Idris became a Millennium Fellow, joining a global network of changemakers. He also earned a Certificate of Superior Performance as a Global Kaggle Fellow, a distinction equivalent to a first-class honor. Idris has led teams to global recognition, from securing 4th place at the Young Engineers Innovation Change to representing Africa in Saudi Arabia with Team EcoFlow AI, ranging among the top 10 international teams. For his outstanding leadership, impact, and unwavering commitment to excellence, we present Idris Onilola Adewale as the Hill City Foundation Lead Coordinators Leadership Award of Honor recipient.
David Oluwaferami Adedeji is a computer engineering student from Obafemi Awolowo University, for his outstanding academic performance with a CGPA of 4.95, we present the Academic Category Award for Lead Coordinator's Award of Honor to Deji Oluwaferami Adedeji.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to honor an individual whose life exemplifies the highest standards of character, influence, and purposeful leadership. Prince Richards has distinguished himself as a role model and force for positive transformation within his community and beyond. Currently a penultimate year medical student, Prince's journey has been marked by an unwavering commitment to personal excellence and the advancement of others. While his academic pursuits are commendable, it is his dedication to human development that truly sets him apart. For over a decade, he has intentionally invested in the growth of young people through mentorship, guidance, and educational support. Through his mentorship network, he has nurtured students who have progressed into higher institutions, graduated successfully, and developed the confidence to pursue their aspiration. His legacy is reflected in the many lives he has helped shape and the opportunities he has helped unlock. His contribution to youth development has also included mentoring student leaders and prefects within IDP schools in Borno State through a structured 2-year mentorship initiative, inspired by the values cultivated through Hill City Foundation and strengthened through the mentorship of Mr. Samuel Arau. Prince has continued to multiply impact by supporting secondary school students with JAM scholarship assistance, academic coaching, and ongoing personal development opportunities. What makes Prince exceptional is his ability to transform mentorship into a movement of influence. He has built a growing community of young people who continue to benefit from his wisdom, encouragement, and example. We are proud to present Prince Richards with the Lead Coordinator Award of Honors for Personality of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in celebrating an inspiring leader and a worthy recipient of this prestigious recognition, Prince Richards.
Congratulations to all our awardees. And I do hope that this encourages someone today to realize that one can never be too young to strive and thrive, both for and in greatness. Because I saw that question popping up during the fireside chat. People kept asking, at what age can one start? Start from the womb. There are some babies that, in fact, we start thriving from the womb. The way Wise Man once told me, he said, you need to understand the value that you are. When your father copulated with your mother, there were billions of cells released involved in that transmission. You overcame all of them, whether it was by being the fastest runner, by being the strongest, you killed every other person. It doesn't matter. The point is you came out top. And today, 18 years after, 20 years after, 40 years after, 60 years after, you are still here. So that seed that Mr. Obi told us about is there, it's growing. And there is no age, there is a start time. You start from the beginning. If you haven't been intentional about it, be intentional about it now. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Okay, at this point, I think we're supposed to have the ESP 2026 list, admin. Can we project that before we go into our panel session?
So Chika, I understand I'm supposed to welcome and supposed to congratulate all the awardees. Can they now all turn on their cameras and let them be spotlighted, please, by the tech team?
All right, over to you, sir.
So, so all the awardees, please, can they turn on their cameras? Idris, I don't see your camera on. If not, your award will not get to you. Okay, so I see Rejoice, Chiamaka, Favor, Idris' camera is on now. So who is missing? Emanuela is on. Lamidi is on. Okay, so there are 7 awardees, if I recall, and all of these have all 6 of you. No, Victor. Is Victor there? I can't see Victor and okay. Okay, so 2 of you were awarded for community impact, and then 4 of you were awarded for other categories: leadership, creativity, academic, and then one of you is awarded as a personality of the year. So all of you have I mean, it was a very rigorous process of selection. And I want to congratulate every one of you that is a winner. Every year we do this, and this is to promote talent, is to promote community service, leadership, and the living out, your ability to live out the Hill City DNA. You know, so already as a student and as a recipient, we see you already trying to model Hill City, trying to already, you know, become a person of impact already. So it's quite commendable. And we want to encourage all other recipients, all other awardees to emulate these guys. I know that we received a lot of entries, all of you are making impacts in your respective spheres. But these ones have made impacts that are more outstanding. So I want to personally encourage and congratulate all of you. And I want to also encourage everyone that is not a winner today that tomorrow you will win if you keep making impacts, if you keep making the Hill City DNA speak through you and speak in your life. So what makes us happy? I told you today that Hill City we're creating an ecosystem of purposeful people, ecosystem of people of impact, ecosystem of people making a difference. So each time you are living out this Hill City DNA, you are showing us that you are a true member of this ecosystem. They have embodied the Hill City principles, and we are happy that our ecosystem is getting enlarged. More people are getting impacted, and as we say, one life at a time, and then many lives eventually. So congratulations, all of you, the winners. The admin team will send in your, I'm sure by the end of tomorrow, admin, their alerts will be in their accounts. They will all receive the awards. I understand that all the winners are getting 70,000 naira each, while the personality of the year will get 100,000 cash award, and you will also get your plaques with you. Please, let's clap for all of them. That's very fantastic, and we support every one of you making impact in your own spheres. Congratulations.
I don't know a lead coordinator awards for core team members.
Chika, you have to come and sort that out with me. You need to go to court. Anyway, go to court. And that's what I will tell you. Go to court. We'll meet in court.
Okay. People, it's raining awards here, and not just certificate awards with cash prizes. So just remind us, the Kahoot sessions, which we've had one, and we're going to have at least 2 others before the end of today's event, is going to have a winner at the end of the day. And who knows? Who knows? We started with the inauguration of the core team members, the unveiling of the new core team members, saying we'll give them a handshake and embrace. From there to 70,000, 100,000. You know that whatever comes at the end is usually better than those that have come before. Just saying. All right.
I really understand that for the Kahoot, there are going to be 3 awards. 3 people are going to win, actually. So just to let the cap out, not only one person. There'll be 3 winners.
Okay. Thank you very much, lead coordinator, for your magnanimity from 1 to 3 winners. So stay peeled. Remain here, because I'm seeing that our numbers have dropped on the live. Let's get back up. Let's get it back up. Thank you for liking. We are now at 224. I need us to get to 500. So please keep sharing, keep inviting people to join. Invite fellow core team members, Hill City graduates, ongoing proteges, incoming, and even those who you think you like them to be a part of this by next year. You like them to be a part of this cycle of greatness. Give them now. This is a test run. Let them understand our vision and our mission. Let them get immersed with us. Without taking too much of our time, the admin team is now going to project the ESP awardees for 2026. The ESP awardees for 2026. Please let us congratulate them as they get projected on the screen. Over to you, admin. So we have that on the screen. I need someone who would give me the numbers. How many awardees do we have for 2026? Someone should just type it in the chat box. Okay, congratulations to all our 275 ESP awardees. We are growing in leaps and bounds. You heard the lead coordinator during the fire chat when he told us that today's numbers will bring us to about 3,800 plus over the past 22 years, and we are going further. And this is just the Nigerian number, because we still have Hill City, Uganda. For those of us who are not aware, if you remember the opening remarks from the chairperson, we cut across the continent. We are representing West Africa, in East Africa, and the target is to the world. Hill City Foundation to the world. All right, this is 12:32, and I really want to thank the patience of our panelists who have been with us since the beginning of this program. They are way better human beings than a lot of other people I know, because people in their capacity usually just want to stroll in, 5 minutes to the time. But they've been here listening, engaging, absorbing everything that has been shared. And I know they are going to bring everything to a head. They are going to gather all that has been said, condense it in a manner that we would know that, yes, this is the wine, the sweet wine that has come after the initial wine that we have received. So to moderate this session is none other than the person who gave us the opening remarks for today's event, that happens to be the 22nd chairperson of the Discovering Greatness Conference for 2026. And that is none other. Please, let's give her a round of applause, even as she steps us to the podium. Use your emojis. You can also clap physically where you are, so that we are all in that celebratory mode. Please welcome to the podium Miss Adaobi Obani. All right. So Ms. Adaobi is going to be moderating this session. Admin, please kindly unmute her. While that is being done, can we have the bios of the various panelists. Please do unmute Adobe. You are live now, ma. Go ahead.
So, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are joining in from the world. We've had insightful and inspiring sessions before now, and I'm really excited to be moderating these particular sessions. We are going to be 3 people joining me, 3 powerful speakers, authorities in their industry will be joining me in this particular panel session, and I'll be looking forward to a good time. After we have their bio being played, we'll dive into the session and hear what they have to tell us. Thank you very much. So while we're waiting for admin to come up with the sessions, with the bio, I see our participants online who are eager to join us for this particular session. Sessions, bio. I see our participants online. Right now we have 165 participants. Kindly engage in the chat session. Those are breaking.
Okay. Kindly go ahead and introduce your panelists. We might not be able to project their bio at this time. You're muted. You're muted.
So I'll start off with Ms. Tobore Olumoye. Ms. Tobore Olumoye is a personal finance coach and author and trainer, 19 plus years in financial services, an author of 6 books, has trained over 10,000 people in personal finance, a former banker turned financial literacy crusader. Thank you very much, Ms. Olumoye. You are welcome to this panel session today. Next, I have Mr. Prince Abangu, who is the head of digital planning in a leading energy technology company, Schlumberger. He's also the founder and CEO of Prince Abangu Foundation and a speaker at conferences across Africa and the world. And in line with our lead coordinator, he's also passionate about mentoring youths. And finally, our third panelist, because we have 3 panelists today, we have Ms. Irogama Ogwefun, MD and CEO, Stars Investment Company Limited, Nigeria's leading indigenous offshore maritime logistics company with over 200 employees and a growing fleet of 13 and counting. She has a degree in biology and psychology, and she's a Women in Leadership Award, NCDMB, first woman to chair finance and membership SWAN. So today, let's go into it. We are going to be talking about thriving in a volatile, uncertain, and complex, ambiguous world. We have heard the different panelists tell us how to thrive and how to be our best self, even in challenging environments. So I'll start off with you, Ms. Tobore. Having left a banking job to go into personal finance, what is one money habit you have had to unlearn?
Okay, hi. Hi, Adobe, good to be here. And hi, everyone. One money habit I've come to unlearn is the arrogance of knowledge. I worked in banking for a long time and I thought I understood money. I thought because of the corporate space, I had some money in reserves, I had investments, I was saving, I felt good. Unfortunately, I didn't even know I was arrogant. I didn't even know that I did not know. But with experience, with financial planning knowledge, I have come to unlearn that. I've come to understand that money is, I wanted to use the word mysterious, but it's not actually mysterious. Money is a spirit. And if you don't understand how it works, it will mess you up. It does not respect how much money you have, how much money you are making, whether you are from a poor background or a wealthy background. It doesn't respect all of that. If you do not understand the principles, the precepts of money, it will come, but it will go and it will mess you up. So for one thing I've unlearned, and very quickly too, is the arrogance of knowledge. So you are not as knowledgeable as you think you are. I've got to learn that.
Thank you very much, Ms. Tobore. The arrogance of knowledge, I'm not sure I've heard that before. And beyond just finance, this can also apply in other phases of our life. It's interesting that our keynote speaker spoke about thriving across different levels, personal finance and spirituality. We know that money can be a serious issue. So money is a spirit. We'll get more into that. So I'll come over to you, Mr. Prince. You mentor young Africans and work at one of the world's top energy companies. Give us one piece of advice your younger self would have listened to.
All right, thanks, Adobe, and glad to be here and listening to the keynote. And of course, the fireside chat was quite inspirational. So it's great what is happening here, and I'm very much, happy to be associated with it. So, it's, I mean, your question, it's, kind of pops out many things, and just reflecting on what we've heard today from the keynote and from the fireside chat, something that really comes out very clear, and I'm going to be very direct, right? So I've seen lots of young people, met lots of young people, worked with lots of young professionals. There are some with every advantage. They've got the education, they've got the access, they've got the connections, but they end up going nowhere, right? But I've also seen, others who come from villages, some with intermittent power supply, limited access or no access at all to the internet. And, you see them building things that really matter. So there is a thing about having access, but then it goes real deeper. And going deeper is really about having that self-image, right? And the keynote speaker talked about the connection with spirituality. So if you just think about what the scripture says, there's a verse in the scripture that says that as a man thinks in his heart, so he is. And that's in Proverbs 23:7, right? So your life does not really exceed, it doesn't go beyond your self-concept. You have to be able to conceptualize it. You have to be able to see yourself, package yourself. We talk about packaging as well, in our climb. So you will not build what you cannot first see yourself building. And listening to the lead coordinator in the fireside chat, he gave some instances which does resonate very well. So again, I would pitch this as first, you need to discover yourself. You think about the instance, or maybe another example or another reference to the Bible you hear in Numbers, where you kind of read of where Moses sent out spies into the land of Canaan, and they came back with a report, and some said, oh, we're like grasshoppers in their sight. So there is this thing about your self-assessment, your self-image, what you see yourself to be and what you see yourself to be able to achieve, what you have understood yourself to be. And the lead coordinator did talk about, the book by Rick Warren, which very much resonates with me as well, the purpose-driven life. Where do you see yourself? Where's your purpose? So this is fundamentally where some of us in our very early stages of life did get it wrong. But then we got to the place where we got inspired, we got mentored, we saw the light. There was an epiphany moment, and then you find yourself, again, striving to become what you have been purposed to be. Interesting to hear the lead coordinator talk about the first year, him ending up with a grade point average that was less than 2, right? So, but then he picked himself up and tried to, because he had a self-image of himself, okay? So I'm just trying to bring different contexts to address your question, because really it's hard to find a silver bullet, but then you absolutely need to have the mindset of your self-concept. What do you see yourself? How do you see yourself evolving as an individual? What is the picture that you cast for yourself into the future? What is the hope that you see? What is the image that you see? And that becomes the first thing that propels and drives you as you move forward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prince. Thank you so much. So the advice you would have listened to as a younger person for yourself is your self-image. What self-image are you building, or what self-image are you cultivating, as this will propel you forward in life? Thank you very much. I see Ms. Iragama. Very good to have you right here. So finally, you went from biology to running a successful maritime company. You're running over 13 fleets and over 200 employees. What is your unexpected skill you eventually use to build a successful company? Like in your journey in life, what is that skill that you didn't expect that helped you thrive?
Thank you very much, Adobe. Thank you to the organizers, the lead coordinator, for giving us this platform to share our insights. So I think for me, you can't have success without consistency. I think if you look at anyone who you want to, let's look at Dangote, for example. A lot of us admire and we look up to him and, say, God, when, and all of that. But the truth of the matter is that if you go through the journey of Dangote, you would see something that is consistency in his resolve, consistency in his purpose, consistency in his results. And I think for me, coming from a non-technical background, running a second-generation business that's turning 40 this year, taking it from a particular level and then scaling it up over a 12-year period, entering an industry that I knew absolutely nothing about. I have a background in biology and psychology with a master's in public health, and I'm supervising the works of captains and chief engineers on board ships that provide services to oil companies. Could only that kind of confidence to say this person steps into leadership so green can only come from building consistently. So before I joined the company, I had done almost 10 years running one of our other family businesses, a security company, a private security company that now has over 1,000 guards operating between Rivers State and Edo State. And at the time, I was fresh out of masters. And I think it's just to say, be faithful even in the little things. I know that it sounds very cliche, but then you want to take that away. So wherever you found yourself, whatever it is that you found yourself doing, it could be a clerical job, it could be an internship, it could be your fresh graduate opportunity, and it could be a mid-level management opportunity. But you're saying that as long as I'm in this season, I'm seizing it and I'm making the best, I'm bringing the best me to that. because truly it is consistency that guarantees your success. It's consistency in producing results that helps people remember to mention your name in the right rooms, right? It is that consistency that lets them say, we are confident that this person will deliver because they have delivered consistently. So sometimes we're false starters. We start and then we stop, and then we start and we stop. And usually we stop when we reach a tough point or roadblock or what we would consider an obstacle, setback, or failure or disappointment, right? Then we stop. And then it takes us a little bit of time. If we're lucky, we start again and then we stop again. That's not consistency. That doesn't generate confidence. That doesn't generate reliability. So for me, I also attribute one thing to what I have attained today in my life, in my professional life, and my journey, not just for the family business, but even my personal enterprise. I would say that it's the commitment to being consistent in delivering results. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Mr. Ogama. Consistency is what guarantees your results and success in life. Consistency in performing, delivering results determines success. I think that's the key message that you've put across here. So in thriving, consistency is key. Self-image is key. Your financial consistency too is key. Thank God we have Mr. Boris who will take us more into that. So I come to you. You say what gets measured gets managed. So if someone in this room is trying to start their financial journey today, what is a non-negotiable system, simple enough to start now, would you ask them to implement before they leave?
Okay, so my answer is usually the same. It's this question, no matter how you spin it, no matter how you weave it, my answer is typically the same. If you can set up your financial plan, it really is non-negotiable. Unfortunately, in this part of the world, we're not too familiar with the term financial planning. And I'll use myself as an example. I was in banking for about 13 years. I was handling money. I understood money. But that was when I got introduced to the concept of financial planning. You can imagine someone who hasn't had anything to do with formal learning about money. For me, it was a rude shock that there was such a thing as a financial plan. And it's not just me. 99% of the continent is in the dark about the concept of financial planning. Apart from South Africa, that is way ahead of us and even has legislation around it, the rest of the continent is dark. Please, if you can, set up your financial plan. Your financial plan is beyond saving money and investing money. It has to do with a full holistic plan. Think of it like a building plan. That you have to get an architect, you have to have building approval. In that building, you have the civil engineer, electrical engineer, plumbing, etc., mason, everybody's working together to get the house built. That's the same thing with your financial plan. It sits on the foundation called the budget. And for many of us, even our budgeting is wrong. So the first advice will be, get a financial plan. Is it easy to do? Yes, you can do it yourself. Maybe you make a few mistakes, but at least start. If you can afford, get a financial planner. But set up your financial plan, non-negotiable. If you cannot afford to get a financial planner, please set up your budget and get it right, because your financial plan will sit on the budget anyway. And I'll just speedily reel off what your budget should look like. That stuff you scribble at the back of that POS printout when you go to withdraw money is not a budget. That stuff you write at the back of a jotter where you just say, oh, I received 100,000 minus money for transport, feeding, tithe. Please, that's not a budget. A budget is a proper system that acknowledges 3 dimensions. The first is your income. So you should have a budget around income. The second is savings and investment. So you should have a system around what gets saved, how it gets saved, where it gets saved, what gets invested, how it gets invested. See, that is not as easy as it sounds. And the third part is the expense. Unfortunately, for many of us, what we see, what we know as a budget is 100% expense. So we just look at one income and then how to spend that money. If you were to ask me, simple advice, set up your financial plan. And if you cannot afford to do that, at least get your budgeting right. That would be my advice.
Thank you so much, Tori. Thank you so much. So I'm seeing some people wondering, like, this thing she's saying is so big. Like, so I would like to learn it. I don't have any money. It's just the pocket money they give to me that I'm taking to school. Most of our ESP awardees and our students are here. They're just thinking, probably wondering, this man is talking over my head, like, You're saying big things. This is for people that are earning a lot. So can you please break it down for that category of people we have on the call?
Fantastic. And this is where everybody will always ask. In fact, when I go to train people, the first thing I always hear, and I hear this from the 60-year-olds, the 50-year-olds, the 40-year-olds, the 30-year-olds. Where were you when I was young? Why didn't you come to talk to us when I was younger? Why didn't you talk to us when I got my first paycheck? So here I am talking to you now that you are young. The same thing you will do at 70, same thing you'll do at 60. It's the same thing. You are only scaling it. So the same way, you have a budget for income. So but let's look at, we're in the month of June now. By now, you should have set up your budget for July. So you're asking yourself, where will money come from? And it's not as highfalutin as we want to think it is. I have she's 17 now. I have a 17-year-old daughter. She's an undergraduate. She follows the same principle. And she follows that principle from her pocket money. So the question is always going to be, oh, how much money am I going to make in the month of July? Where will the money come from? Even if for now, the only source is your pocket money, you want to ask yourself, where else can I make money from? Can I run, what's those things? Where you have tutorial classes, what else can I do to make money? Can I run a gig? What else? Even if you don't implement, at least start thinking. So that's for income. Savings and investment. I don't care how small or how big your pocket money is, you must save from it. The principle is worst case, at the very worst, you must do 10% in your emergency fund. So save. Now, there's another part. You must also invest, because what gets saved does not grow enough to compound to fight inflation. So you must invest. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You can start with a simple money market mutual fund, as simple as that. So you are saving and you're investing. It can be 10,000, and you say 5,000 for savings, 5,000 for investing. And have a plan, have a clear plan. So for instance, I asked my daughter, how much do you want to see in your investment portfolio at the end of 5 years? If you don't have that vision, if you don't have where you're going, chances are you'll keep dipping your hand into the funds. So we've talked about income, we've talked about savings and investment. The last one is the expense. If you don't do anything today, at the end of this call, please go and audit your expenses. Go and review your statements of account from January to May 31 and see what God has done for you. See how much money has passed through your hands. And I'll wrap up by saying this. See how irresponsible you have been with money. You will be shocked to find out that most of the money that leaves your account, you have no idea where it went. Why? Because you didn't budget it ab initio, so you cannot track. So in summary, have a budget for income, have a budget for savings and investing. Go and review your expenses and see how you can do better come the month of July. That's simple enough for anybody to implement.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tobori. There's nothing more to add to that. Ms. Iro is she's agreeing with everything that you have said, and Mr. Prince is also nodding. So yeah, if you don't do anything today, audit your expenses. I think that's something you can take away from here immediately. Even while you're here, begin to audit your expenses. So I'm coming back to you, Mr. Prince. Your foundation's mission, so you have a foundation, is to vehicle hope, opportunities, and inspire birthing of destinies, creating a success-driven network and community. In your experience, what role does faith play in sustaining people through difficult times that come before the breakthrough?
All right, thanks, Adobe. And indeed, I do resonate with the comments from Tobori, and absolutely the comment around consistency from Iro. And there is a principle about consistency, and it's very simple. It says, just pick one thing, right? Invest 1 hour every day, 1 hour every day. Give it 5 years, you will become an expert in that one thing. It's not about talent, it's not about luck. You will become an expert, right? So consistency, absolutely critical. So thanks for sharing that, Iro. Now, back to your comment around my foundation. So I did put up one slide just to try to paint my view around this concept. So one thing I see around faith is that faith is not denial, it is direction. So if the admin could pop up one of the slides I shared, I think it's the last one. I did put up four slides, so maybe the last one. So faith is about direction. It's and again, if you want to really take faith in perspective, you can reference what the Bible says in Hebrews 11, right, about the substance, something that is substantial, but then it's still in hope, right? And then it's evidential, but then you've not seen it. So it's really not easy. But when I started the journey and the thoughts around the foundation around the work I started doing a couple of years ago, I saw that there's need to maintaining direction when the destination is not yet visible, right? You've not seen the destination, but then you have to maintain your direction. So it's that ability to keep investing in a process whose outcome has not yet manifested. You just believe in it, you keep doing it, right? Because one thing, you can dream about something, and dream, they say, is free. But the journey to actualization costs you something. So you must keep working. Now, many people today do not fail for lack of talent or opportunity, but because they don't hold on to the vision long enough for the breakthrough to arrive, right? So bringing the concept of faith into all this, one good example in practice is when you look at Joseph, right, who went from the pit to the prison and to the palace, right? Now, you keep showing up every day, and this again, it's the essence of you walking through that waiting season. So for the young folks today, they say, oh no, everything it's a snap of the finger. They say this generation is an Indomie generation, fast food generation. They want to get everything really fast, real quick. There is a price to pay. There is a process you have to go through. You need to, like Tobor was talking about, the diligence in taking record of your spending, doing the budgeting, putting money in your emergency fund, not just putting money in savings, but as well investing so you can get the compounding effect. Now, that is the process. You have to, there's a price, there's a process you have to go through. So my couple of things to just pass on here as part of what I have shared with people I work with, the young folks I work with. You must keep showing up every day, doing the work that average people have stopped doing, right? I was so encouraged to see the young lady who was barbing in the school and having a day where she gives free haircuts, right? So you have to protect your self-image. That's the second thing, right? So you refuse the narrative of the world. You don't just go with the trend. Today it's easy to get on social media and somebody paints a picture of what reality or what an outcome should be. No, don't always think, oh yeah, because I have thought about something in faith, I will bypass the process to actualization. It doesn't work that way, right? The other comment or the other point to pass through is the concept of having the community that you immerse yourself in to help drive that purpose and that faith that you have sort of built for yourself. So our foundation exists to create a success-driven network, right? Because no one makes it through a difficult season alone. They say if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, you need company. So there's always the essence of a network, a community. And this is why what you're doing here is so powerful, right? So find people who can speak truth into your life and who can pour into you as well. And we've seen that pretty much exemplified today. So the last comment would be you have to acknowledge the difficulty in honesty, because if you think about the experience of Joseph, right? He had a dream, he had faith, he had hopes, and his brothers were jealous, and then they sold him, they put him in the pit, and then decided, okay, let's sell him. And then he went into Potiphar's house, and then he became the target for Potiphar's wife, and then he got into prison. He kept his faith, he kept going. It was difficult. And even in the prison, you know, the butler who could be the one to help him forgot about him. But then he went through that process honestly, without compromising his faith. He stood in integrity. He did not bypass the process. And at the right time, purpose came calling. So you have to walk that journey. So your breakthrough as a young university undergraduate or a young professional is not behind you. It's very much ahead, right? So you have to faithfully, with the right discipline, with the right character, with the right mindset, walk through the process. There's a price to be paid. You have to read to pass the exams. You have to get those skills. But everything other requires for you to realize that in that journey, as you walk the process, God is building it with you, right? So you are not on it alone.
Thank you.
So
Thank
I
you
hope
very
this helps to give a good perspective for everyone.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prince. The ability to stay through to a direction, even when the destination is not visible, and it is faith that carries you through that. And you've also mentioned that immersing yourself in a community, you should never walk alone. One of my favorite lines, you should never walk alone. That is what successful people do. They have a great network and support to deliver whatever they have to do. So I'm coming over to you, Miss Iro Gama. You have said the biggest obstacle to greatness is not your environment. You have also quoted your mother, Dr. Cecilia Ojezwa, that every limiting belief simply by living her life in front of you. So she's a role model for you. So in this uncertain world and volatile world, turbulent, what is the mindset shift you would want young people to have in order to navigate and live up to their full potential?
Thank you. So I would say self-awareness and self-leadership. I think that Mr. Prince had sort of touched on some parts of self-awareness in his first responses. It's so important to know yourself. You know, beyond the uncertainty of the world, it's just the mega influence of social media, right? Which even the most resilient and strongest of us get sucked into the unending hole of social media. But your ability to know self, you say know yourself, know because. And sometimes when we hear these things, some of these lines, they just become so cliche. We say it like it's just like, you know, we're rapping, but it actually has very deep meaning and significance if you understand what it means. So to know yourself, you have to know yourself, because it is that self-awareness that keeps you grounded, right? No matter what is happening around your environment. So yes, your environment should not dictate your emotional responses. It shouldn't dictate where you're going. You shouldn't lead. You shouldn't drive it. But it can contribute to it. You can view your environment as information, right? So I view what is happening around me as a source of information that is contributing to the way that I react, that's contributing to the way that I pivot, that is contributing to decisions that I make moving forward, right, on certain situations. But then I don't allow it to take a hold of me and then to say, oh, blind me, this is what my environment looks like, this is what my current situation is, and so then do me, and so life be, so this is no. I see it as information. But because I know myself, and still speaking to the issue of self-image. So it doesn't matter. So so let me give a very typical example of how I operate as an individual. I don't think and I do not believe that anything is impossible. I truly I have to be sure, I have to be certain that truly it cannot be done. When people come to me and say, oh, so thing, oh, it's not possible, I'm not going to take it because you said it is not possible. I have to establish for myself that it's truly impossible. I cannot take no. I struggle with no, right? So I have to, but some people, about the environment, the situation might be saying to me, to the logical mind, that yes, it's possible. But I'm not convinced. I need to be convinced, not because of the situation or how it's presenting itself, or by the fact that I have established that fact. And that means that I have gone and say, hey, no go. I have to be dropping all these things, because the truth is that it's all around. All this advice that we give is all happening all around us. But if you now who go, now I know. So if you don't go, how will you know? Right? So I have to go to know and be sure that okay, what I know is what it is. So that level, because I am aware that that's how I am, I bring that to whatever I'm doing. Now, I have a shortlet, and this is just something very recent that is happening currently today. I have a shortlet that has 18 units, and we're buying these consumables, this body gel and lotion, whatever that you put in the rooms, the bathrooms, and all of that. But we're struggling. Apparently, there's nobody manufacturing this thing in River State. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. With the number of hotels, number of shortlet apartments, number of people that probably studied cosmetology or cosmetic science on one random course like that in a laboratory, one thing in UST and Uniport. Not one single person is even mixing cream. I can't find. So I want to buy this lotion and gel. I'm buying it from Lagos. And Lagos people are just doing anyhow. The logistics cost me crazy. So I sat there and started asking myself, I've been suffering for the last 3 months on this matter. I just asked myself, what is in this thing now to mix this cream? Okay, maybe there's somebody there that knows the thing, but lack of support. Okay, I want to support. So I'm currently hunting for a partner, a cosmetologist in River State who has a desire and we'll come together. We'll rent a small place, we'll get NAFDAC, everything, and we're going to do it. So my point is that I could just sit down and look at the environment, and all I'm seeing or I'm thinking about is the fact that there's nobody that's doing it. And everybody say, oh, go to Lagos. Yes, I know that's Lagos, but how can in the whole South this region, with the oil and gas activity, with the number of bookings, hotels, not one person is producing something that is a consumable that people will be ordering every day? It's just really crazy. So I'm just trying to show you that, for me, that's how my mind works. And it's because of the level of self-awareness that I have. The other thing I want to leave with young people, and basically, so what is self-awareness? Just very quickly, you have to know yourself. You have to know your strengths. I know my weaknesses. I know my strengths. I know my strong points. And this is something that I've developed over time, right? It's not like I came out of my mother's womb and I was self-aware. No, it's something that it's a skill I had to harness, I had to build, I had to cultivate over time. And I had to confront, because there's some parts of yourself that you will not like, especially when you start to look at your weaknesses, your ability to see them not as weaknesses, but as opportunities and areas for you to develop, become another strength for you. So you know your core values. I have lines I will not cross. I have my core values. I know my boundaries. I'm very aware. I also have an idea of my purpose. I know what I'm doing. So you can't come today, this is what is involved, to push me, I go this way. Tomorrow, the next thing they say, this is the new trend, I go that way. That means I have no purpose. That means I have no focus. That means I don't even know what I'm doing here. That means I don't even know where I want to go. I don't know what my passion is and all of that. I know what my distractions are. I know the things that can distract me. These are some of the things I say, okay, my self-awareness. I know that these things, if I go and meet my friend to visit Alice on a Friday, I know that that's work I'm supposed to do. I'm not going to do it, because in Alice's house, I will not be able to do that work. Just for example. So I'm honest. So self-awareness requires honesty. Second thing is self-leadership. And self-leadership is really just, again, imagine that, okay, when you say leadership, that some people want some awards today, good leaders. I don't even think you can be a good leader of other people if you have not mastered the art of leading yourself. So the art of leadership starts with yourself, your ability to take full responsibility for your choices, your actions, your own growth, your failures, your decision making, your success, that ability to take ownership, to drop all the crutches, that all the is because of, and to say no, this is where we're going to, the ability to design a vision for yourself first. If you cannot design a vision for yourself, how do you design a vision for a team, a group of people that you just met and you're pulling together to be one cohesive body? You have to be able to visualize for yourself. You have to be able to build a business plan for yourself, a business plan of your life, a life plan, let me put it that way, of yourself, before you can then gather people and say, okay, this is the way we're going to go. So that's self-awareness and self-leadership. They seem like very big terms, but they're just very simple. I try to break it down. Just for you to see that even as young as you are, whether you're in university or whether you're a fresh graduate or just starting life, that these are skill sets that you need to begin to harness as you prepare for the opportunities that will come. Because really, what is success? Success is opportunity meeting preparation.
Okay.
And then that is what then brings success. So it's not when the opportunity comes that you now want to prepare. You're late. You're like the 5 virgins that went to look for oil, and then Jesus came and boom. I mean, not Jesus, the groom. The groom came and took the other ones that were ready, and the other ones, when they came, they were late. You're late to the party. So you start now. So most times as young people make that mistake of thinking, and I was once there, I confess. Maybe if you had asked me the question that you asked Mr. Prince, well, what is the advice you give yourself? I would say, man, I really wish that I didn't wait, because I waited for a lot of things. I thought that, it doesn't concern me today. It is for later. You know, it's above my pay grade or my age grade. It's for later. But honestly, I did a lot of playing catch up in the future. And I'm trying to teach my children now. My children are 9, but the kind of conversation I'm having with them is the kind of, because I know that these are things they need to know about. These are things they need to think about as they go into secondary school, as they become young adults, so that it gives them a definite leg up, you know, in life. Forget about privilege, forget about financial wealth. Those things come and go, but there's just some life skills that once you have it, no matter where you find yourself, you're able to be resilient against that. Self-awareness and self-leadership. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Irogama. You've said a lot. And, you know, having this panel session feels like having like different keynote speeches at once. So very rich conversation, self-awareness. Nothing is impossible. I won't take no for an answer. Who no go, no. I think that is something you should keep yourself. And when she said, if I go to Alice's house, I know the Alice talking about Alice George. Anyway, so yeah, thank you so much. We are fast spent, but I'll just take some rapid questions. So quickly, night owl or morning person? Are you a night owl or morning person? So Mr. Tobori, we'll take this really quickly.
Morning.
Okay. Mr. Prince?
Early morning.
Ah, wow. We have a kindred here. Miss Irogama, you're already laughing.
Nice owl.
I figured. Okay, tea or coffee?
Neither. Cold water, please. Excuse me.
Okay, Mr. Prince.
I do both. Depends on how I feel.
Okay, Miss Irogama.
Milo.
You're so funny. Okay. Savings account or investment portfolio?
Is that for me? Is that for me?
Yes.
Investment portfolio, robust investment portfolio.
Okay. So Miss Irogama,
investment portfolio.
Money is, your question is different. Money is dash. A sentence or a word?
Money brings happiness.
Oh, money brings happiness. Thank you. Mr. Prince, biggest room in the building, boardroom or engine room?
You need the engine room for the boardroom to thrive.
Okay. Also for you, leadership is learned or leadership is born?
It's both. You can develop to become a leader. Absolutely. If you consistently training yourself, like the concept of 1 hour a day, right? 1 hour every day, in 5 years you'll be an outstanding leader, right? But some have it, follow come, like the lead coordinator said. However, you absolutely can develop to be a great leader. Yeah.
Thank you. So, Mr. Burek, same question for you.
Leadership, of course, my answer is not going to change either. It's some people are born, they have innate leadership, but everyone can develop themselves to become a leader, most certainly. So I believe the greater leaders are made, not born. The truly great leaders are made, not born.
Okay, Ms. Irogama.
I just support my colleagues in both responses. Apt.
So, tech or human connection?
Human
connection. Tech or human connection, Mr. Burek?
Tech.
That's interesting.
It shock you. It shock you. And I'm saying this on a live session, God, I beg.
So human connection makes tech come alive.
Okay, I like all your
Prince
answers.
is a politician. He's a politician.
All right, thank you very much, my facilitators. For today, my panelists for today, you've been excellent. It's been like, just when we thought we've heard it all, hearing all that you've said. So in final words, a lot of things have been said: consistency, self-awareness, knowing your direction and not living it, ignorance of awareness of knowledge, arrogance of knowledge. I think that was one powerful thing I'll take away from here. In one word, at most a sentence, you have to stick to the rule. In one word and a sentence, let's say somebody feels like this all over their head. What are you leaving us with today? Discovering Greatness Conference, in line with our theme, Thrive. Thriving in a volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. What is that word or one sentence you're going to leave us with today? Your closing words. One word or sentence.
Who should go first?
Mr. Borey, I'll start with you.
Okay. Money is leverage. Use it well.
Nice. Money is leverage. Use it well. And doesn't matter whatever stage in life you are in. Fantastic. I'll go to you, Mr. Prince. One word or sentence.
So I'm just going to flash a slide, and then I will say to everyone, T-shape yourself.
Okay, T-shape yourself. While we wait for that slide to come up, I'll come to you, Ms. Irogama. One word or one sentence you're leaving with us today.
Seek knowledge because knowledge breeds confidence.
Seek knowledge because knowledge breeds confidence. Okay, so Mr. Prince, I don't know except Mr. Prince, please, T-shape. So walk us through T-shape.
This is very important for every young professional, and this is concept I teach to young professionals about T-shaping, right? You consider your growth as a T. You deepen the vertical, which is your core competence, whatever you're studying in university, could be that core thing. And then you have to continuously enrich your skill set across the horizontal. So as you enrich yourself across the horizontal, you become relevant as the climes change. You are able to fit into the evolving VUCA environment that we are in. So this is super important. This is the way to thrive. This is the way to be relevant. And this is the way to stay very well able to impact and to be, self-actualized.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prince, Ms. Tobore, and Ms. Irogama. This has really been an enriching session for myself, and I believe for everyone that is connected to this call. We really appreciate you sharing your life and time with us and connecting with this vision. God bless your labor of love, and these seeds you have planted will definitely bear fruits. Thank you very much. Over to you, our distinguished, eloquent MC, Uncle C.
Thank you very much, Ms. Adobe Obani, for such an awesome awesome panel session. Thanks to all our panelists, Mr. Bore, Mr. Rogama, and the maestro himself, Mr. Prince. Thanks for the one word that was shared, for also letting us know that money helps happiness is very important. So every single person here, I wonder why, when we are talking about money, nobody asked on the YouTube live that, at what age can I start making money? When lead coordinator was talking about finding purpose, they are saying, am I too young to start? But when they mention money, everybody, yes, money is important, budgeting, yes. So it tells us exactly what it is we're interested in. But just as we have been told, in the words of Ms. Rogama, consistency. You need to keep building even during the times when you do not see the progress made. You just have to keep walking in that direction. A very familiar story for myself. So I come from a village that is bordered by a river, right? And for the longest time, we didn't have pipe-borne water. So we would usually have to go to the stream. And when we go to the stream is downhill from where people live. It's downhill. So what that means is you are going to the stream empty. There is no load, no weight. In fact, gravity helps you journey faster. But by the time you are returning home, you're carrying weight, and then you are fighting against the topography, which is inclining upwards, as well as gravity. So what that meant is you felt the pain on your shoulders, you felt the pain on your neck. But do you know, I realized that when I reflect back to that time, every time I made that journey home, I find out that I instantly log off from what it is I was feeling at the time and begin to see the vision of my family compound. And while I am at it, within 30 minutes, I find myself in the house, and that's the end of the journey. I hope today we have painted that vision for you. Everyone that is on this call, I hope we are helping you paint that vision, because it's going to be an uphill task. You're carrying a lot of load. You're carrying maybe your family. You're carrying your background. You're carrying all the experiences. You're carrying the economic climate. You're carrying all of the... In fact, you're carrying the Strait of Hormuz. Only you. Strait of Hormuz is on your neck. But with that vision in your mind's eye, you eventually make it there. Say, I have made it. Please, let's type it very quickly. I have made it. I have made it. Doesn't matter what the world throws at me. Even if they throw at me the Strait of Hormuz, I have made it. So we are going to do the last session of the Kahoot game. Following that, we're going to have the ESP list projected once more for us to hear from our lead coordinator one more time. Immediately we conclude on that, we would announce our Kahoot winners, and then we will start preparing for the end of the Discovery Greatness Conference 2026. I said I have made it. Someone said I have made it. Made is drink. Oh, are you thirsty? I have made it. Anyways, admin, can we have the Kahoot slide up? We're going to play the Kahoot for another 10 minutes. We'll finish. We attempted 5 questions out of 15. So we're going to go through the remaining 10. This is the speaker's quiz number 2. Remember, we had on our scoreboard, leading with 1,865 points, MOG, following by Dams, closely with 1,769 points, and then Abel at 1,681, and remaining on fire at 1,605 points with the highest answer streak of 3 is 213458. I really want to know who 213458 is. All right, so let us get out our phones again, get back on Kahoot, as we go on to the next question. Admin, let's project and let's play. Yeah. All right. So score of 6 means I am what? Score of 6 means I am what? Managing, drowning, surviving, excelling. Managing, drowning, surviving, excelling. Awesome. Just one person got it. Wow. A lot of people have dropped off. All right. Let's go ahead. Remember, we have 3 winners that will be announced at the end of the Kahoot session. The top 3. So try all you can to be at the top 3. Which state is reactive and fear-driven? What state is reactive and fear-driven? Surviving, managing, thriving, existing. Remember, after this Kahoot, we're going to have the ESP list projected again, and we will hear a charge from the lead coordinator to our new ESP awardees before we start our closing ceremony. 3 persons got it this time. And emoji has been thrown, and now we have 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 8 back at the top of the poll. Next question. The decision to thrive is yours alone. True or false? The decision to thrive is yours alone. False or true? Ah, 5 people failed. Wow. Okay, at this point, it might be intentional. Wow, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 8 now has been dethroned, and leading now is Usman with emoji at the last. Next question, please. We need to run this very quickly. Let's finish this in another 3 minutes. In tribe, what does E mean? In tribe, what does E mean? Environment, excitement, enjoyment, expectation. Environment, excitement, enjoyment, expectation. Environment. Congratulations. Emoji now is fighting back for the top spot, trailing behind Usman with 3,465 points. And our highest climber is only one Amara. Only one Amara. We hope you get it up to the top 3. Let's go to the next question. Question number 9. Stop chasing success. Start creating what? Consideration, value, excuses, content. Stop chasing success. Start creating what? Consideration, value, excuses, content. And the answer is value. Congratulations to our 15 winners on that stage. Okay, can we move on? Let's move on. Emoji is still struggling to get to the top spot, and Usman is holding him back or her back. Thriving requires deliberate work. Thriving requires deliberate work. Deliberate choices, deliberate complication, deliberate cash, or deliberate contact. And the answer is thriving requires deliberate choices. Congratulations again, 15 persons got it right. Let's go to the next. Question number 11. We have 4 minutes to conclude this session. Which outcomes align with thriving? Which outcomes align with thriving? Constant drift, purposeful growth, chronic panic, value creation. Is it constant drift, purposeful growth, chronic panic, or value creation? $18 correct answers. 18 and 9. So we have both purposeful growth and value creation. What's our scoreboard looking like now? Usman retaining top spots, not allowing anybody come close. And 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 8 has dropped off from the top 5, unfortunately. Okay, question number 12. We're almost there. Which mindset best supports thriving? Which mindset best supports thriving? Is it the scarcity mindset, the avoidance mindset, the growth mindset, the fixed mindset? Which of these mindsets best supports thriving? And it's the growth mindset. 15 correct. 15 persons selected that as the correct answer. Let's move on to question number 13. Quickly, just move on, leave them. I have 15 questions, we'll see. Which actions show managing, not thriving? Which actions show managing, not thriving? Is it crisis juggling, stretch goals, firefighting task, or vision casting? Is it vision casting, firefighting task, stretch goals, or crisis juggling? Which of these actions show managing, not thriving? And the answer is crisis juggling, or are crisis juggling firefighting tasks. Thank you. Next question, question 14. Olawumi, congrats on climbing 13 places in the last 3 sessions. Which signals surviving rather than thriving? Surviving rather than thriving. Is it purposeful planning, value building, just getting by, fear-driven choices? Which signals surviving rather than thriving? And after this, we would segue into the last question. And we have answers: just getting by and fear-driven choices gotten by 12 and 10 persons, 22 persons cumulatively. Now the last. Okay. Last question is a multi-select. Which supports financial mastery growth? Which supports financial mastery growth? Is it random spending, skill upskilling, ignore statements, budget tracking? Random spending, skill upskilling, ignore statements, budget tracking. Which supports financial mastery growth? And we have 24 answers coming in. Great. Okay, skill upskilling and budget tracking are the correct answers. All right. So, admin, drop off the projection and go and check that our 3 winners are all eligible for our star prizes, which we would call after receiving the charge from the lead coordinator. So please drop it and let us project the ESP list again as I call on Engineer Obi member for his charge to the 2026 freshly minted tier rubber ESP awardees. Engineer Obi. Can we have the ESP award list 2026 up? We have Mr. Obi here already. So, sir, I hand over the mic to you for this session.
Yeah. So let's have the list projected. So for this year, we are glad to say that we are awarding at least the first batch of about 275 people, both new and existing. If the target is 300, so I understand there are still pending applications that are not fully processed, so that will take us to 200. But congratulations to the 275 undergraduates that have successfully gone through the process of screening and interviews, and you've been selected, both new and existing scholars. So congratulations. Let's congratulate them. Then in the midst of this also, we are recognizing Hill City awardees or Hill City scholars that have progressed from being scholars to fellows. Every year we we upgrade certain level of scholars from just being ordinary scholars to fellows. And this year we are inducting 18 of such people. We had already about 30 something existing, and this year 18 people, 18 awardees have made the criteria, and the criteria is that first they will be on a 2-1 level or first class. So that means they've upgraded, they've improved, they've entered the academic excellence threshold that can make them to become fellows. That's number one criteria. The number two is that also in the mentorship program, they have also successfully attained very high scores of at least 75%. We know that every month there is the mentorship session that holds with assignments and with scoring process and all of those. So these 18 people also have been found, very excellent in undertaking those mentorship sessions with utmost seriousness, and they've come out very good in that. And thirdly, they've also been evaluated in terms of leadership, in terms of community impact, in terms of service, in terms of contribution within their sphere, and they've also been seen to be outstanding. So these 18 people are people that have been seen to be embodying the Hill City DNA in terms of, academically, community service, and in personal development, which is the mentoring part. So so congratulations to 18 of you. I don't know whether they are projecting them, those 18 names. Please try to flash those 18 names so that they can see them, and we welcome all of them to the fellowship program. And this fellowship program actually runs for about 18 months. The first 1 year, they will be doing a couple of modules. It's a lot of training, a lot of learning, a lot of development, a lot of assignments. And then the last 6 months is a capstone project that they will undertake that help them to solve real societal issues, problems. And these fellows, I think we have there are about 50 now overall. The Hill City Educational Support Award, they will receive the highest value than anybody else. They are, for this year, all the fellows will receive 300,000 Naira each as their Educational Support Award for the next academic session. So let's congratulate them, and well done to all of you. And then all the rest of the recipients, understand that out of the 275, we have about new recipients, about 44%. So that's quite a lot. And more and more people, I think we have about 25 more people that will be joined to make up the number of 300 this year. So it's been a great year, and let's keep up improving. We want to see more people join the fellowship program next year. That shows that you're really upscaling and you're improving in this journey together with you. Thank you. Over to you, Chika.
Thank you so much, lead coordinator. Okay. So a quick service announcement. If you know and you are very sure that you are one of our 3 winners from our Kahoot game, kindly make a screenshot of your screen, of your own portal, and share with us at our Hill City Instagram page. So let me call out our Hill City Instagram page, and make sure you follow us. So follow us. Let me call it out. So I'll call it out from my phone now. Just give me a moment. So send it to @Hill City Foundation on Instagram. Take a screenshot of your page. Remember, you didn't use your full name, so I know there's an Usman, Abel, Dams. If you know that you're one of the top 3, if you represent Usman, Abel, or Dams, kindly make a screenshot of your Kahoot page showing yourself as either the first, second, or third, and transmit immediately on Instagram to @Hill City Foundation. Again, @Hill City Foundation. While the Kahoot was going on, one of the core team members decided to increase the cash price. I told you, we do big things here, big things, right? All right. This is 144, and we are slowly coming to the end of the Discovering Greatness Conference for 2026. If you are excited, I need you to just write for me one thing that you are leaving this place with. I need to just write one thing that you're leaving this place with. And I need you to write thanks to our lead coordinator and his team. Say, thank you, lead coordinator. Thank you, event chairperson. Thank you, event organizers. Thank you, Uncle C, for moderating us. Yes. Thank me, please. I need your Thanksgiving. And then while that is going on, I would like to invite to the podium our finance coordinator for the DGC 2026 in the person of Kelvin Nonso, as he comes on behalf of the event coordination team to give the vote of thanks and closing prayer, after which the admin team would organize us for the virtual screen short photo. So please remain after the closing prayers, after the closing remarks, so that we can have a picture of you and we can keep it in our archives that you participated in the DGC 2026, this groundbreaking event that unleashed our potential upon the world and made us change makers, made us the drivers of change that began going out into the streets to discover, develop, and deploy the potentials of humanity. Over to you, Sir Kelvin Nonso. Welcome.
Okay, thank you so much, Uncle C. Please confirm you can hear me. Can you all hear me? Can somebody confirm they can hear me? Oh, beautiful.
Can hear you
Thank
clearly.
you so much.
You can hear you clearly.
Thank you. And it's been a very eventful day. It's been a very beautiful day. What a beautiful day this has been at Discovering Greatness Conference 2026 Thrive. Firstly, I would like to, on behalf of the planning committee, say a very big thank you to our keynote speaker, our distinguished speakers, and our panelists. Sincerely, we're very grateful for your time, your honesty, your wisdom, and the way you poured into us today. It meant a lot to us. Thank you so, so much. And then to our lead coordinator, thank you so much for your heart, sir, and your consistency over the past 22 years. Sincerely, what we see today is the fruit of years of quietly showing up, believing in people and building lives, so we don't take that lightly, and we're deeply, deeply grateful to you, our lead coordinator, Engineer Obi. Thank you so, so much. And to our core team members, thank you so much for everything you've given, your time, your energy, your commitment, the sacrifices that often go unseen. Sincerely, Hill City Foundation is what it is today because of people like you. You keep showing up year after year with your heart and with purpose. Thank you so, so much, our core team members. You're sincerely the reason why over these 22 years, we've been able to add value to lives, continuously. Thank you so much to all our core team members. Personally, I just want to say a big thank you to Hill City Foundation because I'm grateful that I'm here today. I started as a beneficiary of Hill City Foundation, as an awardee, receiving mentorship, receiving support, and the opportunities that shaped me. Today, standing here as part of the core team members is a reminder of what this vision does. It raises people, it adds value to lives, and then brings them back to raise others. I'm truly, truly grateful for Hill City Foundation. And now to our awardees, we are really happy to have you as part of our journey. You were chosen because we see the potentials in you, and we believe in what you can become. And that's why you're here today. So we look forward to the exciting journey you're going to be on, a journey of growth into your future, a journey that's going to add value to your life in ways you can never imagine. We also want to say thank you to our planning committee members. I know it's a lot with planning events like this, the sleepless nights, the commitments. We want to say thank you to the planning committee, to the graduate forum, our volunteers, the partners, everyone who played a part. Sincerely, we are deeply, deeply grateful to you for all you've done. You may not always be seen, but the truth is we sincerely appreciate you for all you've done. And now to everyone who showed up today, our guests, our friends, our well-wishers, everybody that we invited and they made it to Thrive today. We thank you so much for your presence, for your energy, for your openness. These have made a lot of difference in shaping the way Thrive came out today. As we go from here, I pray that we'll carry the same spirit with us, that spirit of growth, the spirit of love, the spirit of resilience to thrive. And may we also continue to help other people to thrive. May we also continue to be people that add value to other people's life. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, and may God bless you all today and always. Let's pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for this opportunity to have a successful conference this year. Lord, we thank you for Thrive. We thank you for Discovering Greatness Conference 2026. Thank you for the success of this event. Thank you for everyone you've brought under this canopy today. Thank you, Lord, for the impact. Thank you, Lord, for the change. Thank you for the transformation that's going to start happening from this event. Lord, we thank you because this impact is going to outlive us. We thank you for everyone, for every resource, for every giver, for every generosity that has poured into this event to make it a success. Lord, I pray that you truly reward our labors of love and take us from here and continue to help us to thrive so that the lessons from this event will continue to be one that will point us to the right direction, that we'll be grateful for forever in our lives. For in Jesus' mighty name we've prayed. Amen. Thank you, everyone.
All right, please let's just hold on while the admin coordinates us for our send forth shoot. Shoot away, admin.
Okay, so everyone, please kindly turn on your camera so we can, capture you. If you're live with us, please kindly turn on your camera if you're on the call. Let's just take a group photo. If you can, please, we advise everyone to turn on the cameras. Put a smile on your face. Make sure that you're giving that radiating smile that will cause someone to also smile as well. Mr. Chika, I see you. Thank you so much. Mr. Dalby, thank you. Mr. Tobin, Mr. Kelvin. I see you, Prince Richard. Congratulations once again, Personality of the Year. I see you. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. And to all of us online, virtual participants on YouTube, you're not left out of the party. Wherever you are, you can take a screenshot of your page, or you can take a selfie, post online, and tag us on Instagram at Hill City Foundation on Instagram, so that just post something you learned about Thrive, post an experience you had today. It's really been a fun time. Thank you for staying with us till this time and even still putting that smile on your face. We are super, super glad we had you here, because this was meant to discover greatness within you. And once again, we say thank you so much. And for the following announcements, please, Discovering Greatness Conference has come to a close today. However, next year we go bigger and better. Although our Hill City Foundation programs still continue, so stay tuned, subscribe to this page so that you stay updated. Follow us on Instagram so you can follow up on our programs. Like you've heard over the course of this program, we pride ourselves in doing what we call educational support. We also offer mentorship. We do self-discovery and personal development programs, and we offer economic empowerment programs. So we touch all axes of life. So please, please, please do well to be in sync with what we are doing, and you too will be part of the greatness that we are discovering. Thank you so much once again for joining us. And from me and the entire admin team, say thank you. And on behalf of everyone here that put this program together, on behalf of our lead coordinator and each and every one of us, we say thank you for joining us for another interesting Discovering Greatness Conference. For now, peace and love. Goodbye.